Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Glacier Bank Park for Pioneer League Baseball. My name is Scott Gladstone. So excited to have you along for the ride as today the Glacier Range Riders take on the Great Falls Voyagers in Game 6 of a 6-game series here at Glacier Bank Park. This is the final time the Voyagers will play match to the Range Riders here at Glacier Bank Park. They play 6 more times, two different 3-game series in Great Falls later this year. All matchups between the two sides are in the first half, and the Range Riders go for the series win today. The Voyagers will try and squeak out a series split after the Range Riders took the first 2, and since then they've each traded blows. 1 win for the Voyagers. The Range Riders took it on Friday night, and last night it was the Voyagers winning an 11-6 ball game here on a drizzly night. Tommy Specta opened the scoring with an RBI single. The Range Riders answered in the second. First a Ratfield home run, followed by J.D. McLaughlin with an RBI single. Then it was the 4th inning where a 5-run frame from the Voyagers really opened things up. They did those 5 runs on just 4 hits. The biggest hit of the frame was an Anthony Manacero 2-out RBI triple on an 0-2 pitch that plated 3 runs. Glacier battled throughout the night, collecting 11 hits, drew 9 walks, but could not overcome the deficit. Ashworth paced the offense with a 3-hit performance. He went 3 for 4 in the ninth spot in the lineup. Ratfield went 2 for 3 with that home run. McLaughlin had 2 stolen bases, and Tommy Rover drove in 2 in the fairly late going. Jonah Giblin had his roughest start of the season, had 6 runs against him on 8 hits over 4 innings, and he did leave due to injury. Hopefully he will be okay. Great Falls reliever Landon Smitty ended up getting the win, tossing 3 scoreless innings, had 5 strikeouts, and Chris Peguero allowed 5 earned runs out of the start. The Range Riders, for the first time in quite a while, are no longer in sole possession of first place, no longer in first place at all, as Billings stands alone atop the standings with a 9-2 record. Range Riders, Long Beach, and Modesto behind at 8-3. 1 game behind them, it's Boise and Missoula at 7-4. 2 games behind that, it's Yuba and Oakland. Great Falls at 4-7 is 4 games out of a playoff spot, while the Ogden Raptors are 3-8, 5 games out of a playoff spot, and pretty much already out of playoff contention, it feels like, just 11 games into the season. The Idaho Falls Checkers and the Red Pocket Mobiles each sit at 1 win and 10 losses. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we will have starting lineups and getting closer and closer to first pitch from Glacier Bank Park on the Sunday afternoon.
Glacier Bank Park is just so beautiful. The absolutely stunning views, the facility that we have, we're just very fortunate.
This is a place where people can gather throughout the community. The location of the park itself is centrally located within the valley, and as such, it keeps everybody coming from all the different municipalities throughout the valley, and really it's just a hub for the community to meet.
My favorite thing about coming to the ball field is seeing old friends, seeing the beautiful complex, and the staff, how friendly they are. They greet us with friendliness, and the seats are awesome.
We also get to connect with folks as far away as Boston that are here on vacation that actually want to come to a ballpark because I talk them into it because that's how special it is.
So we come to socialize. We love our group and we just have a really good time. Of course, we like watching the game too. And we like to win.
Numbness and tingling in the hand can make you lose your grip. Hi, I'm Dr. Nate Fogel. I'm an orthopedic surgeon and hand specialist here at Logan Health. Repetitive actions can lead to a condition called carpal tunnel. Left untreated, these symptoms can interfere with your daily life. Our fellowship-trained hand surgeons offer patient-specific care to help you regain control. Here's to getting a grip on life.
Welcome back. Top of the first inning here. Just getting close to starting this puppy. Let's go over the starting lineups on a drizzly Sunday afternoon. Range Riders and the Voyagers. Let's start with the Glacier Range Riders, the home side in this affair. Leading off for the Range Riders, it's McLaughlin. Ashworth bats second. after such a good day yesterday. He moves up in the lineup. Carson Garner will bat third. Carson Hornung will bat fourth. Jake Millen fifth. Jacob Steele sixth. And the bottom three for your Glacier Range Riders are Tommy Rover, Julian Sauger, and Drew Collins. Starting pitcher Zach Longshore. As we flip to the other side, the starting lineup for the Great Falls Voyagers. Great Falls Voyagers are led off by the red-hot Aiden Redahan, who had a great game yesterday for Great Falls. Anthony Manacero bats second. Tommy Specht third. The middle three is Ott, Cruz, and Barranca. The bottom three is Swenda, Schmack, and Temesveri. Colin Murphy earns the start. We'll take one more quick break, and when we come back, it'll be time for first pitch from the Flathead Valley. Don't touch that dial.
Glacier Bank Park is just so beautiful. The absolutely stunning views, the facility that we have, we're just very fortunate.
This is a place where people can gather throughout the community. The location of the park itself is centrally located within the valley, and as such, it keeps everybody coming from all the different municipalities throughout the valley, and really it's just a hub for the community to meet.
My favorite thing about coming to the ball field is seeing old friends, seeing the beautiful complex, and the staff, how friendly they are. They greet us with friendliness, and the seats are awesome.
We also get to connect with folks as far away as Boston that are here on vacation that actually want to come to a ballpark because I talk them into it because that's how special it is.
So we come to socialize. We love our group and we just have a really good time. Of course, we like watching the game too. And we like to win.
Numbness and tingling in the hand can make you lose your grip. Hi, I'm Dr. Nate Fogel. I'm an orthopedic surgeon and hand specialist here at Logan Health. Repetitive actions can lead to a condition called carpal tunnel. Left untreated, these symptoms can interfere with your daily life. Our fellowship-trained hand surgeons offer patient-specific care to help you regain control. Here's to getting a grip on life.
Few moments away, but first we will send it down to the field for the national anthem sang live in stadium by the choir at West Valley Middle School. Lovely national anthem sang here in the ballpark by the kids from West Valley Middle School. Range Riders and the Voyagers coming right up. Let's go over the defense for the Glacier Range Riders as they rock their camo for the first time this season. Julian Sauger behind the plate. Carson Garner over at third base. Jacob Steele plays shortstop. Tommy Rover at second base. And over at first base, it is Jake Millen. The outfield from left to right, Drew Collins, J.D. McLaughlin, and Kyle Ashworth. Starting pitcher for the second time in this series is Zach Longshore. Longshore comes in with a 6.3 ERA. Didn't have his best start the last time against this Great Falls squad, but it was enough to get the win on opening night for Longshore. Longshore sitting right now with a 6.3 ERA, 2 wins, no losses. Technically his second start, but he had a long appearance and a win over the Voyagers last Wednesday on a rainy evening. He has 13 strikeouts to just 4 walks. Opposing batters hitting .256 against Zach Longshore. Julian Sauger behind the plate will be fairly critical here. This Voyager squad, if they get on base, they like to run. They've been caught 6 times in this series. Most of those, I believe all of them actually, however, were caught by Donovan Ratfield behind the plate. So Sauger would love today to get his first hit of his professional career and also snag a base runner or 2 if possible. Longshore prepares, finish up his warm-ups. It is going to be a game that's somewhat affected by weather today. 53 degrees, and it is drizzling down, which you might be able to tell. Up comes Aiden Redahan, very dangerous leadoff batter for this squad. Heck of a return to the starting lineup after an injury kept him out for a couple games. We are ready to go on Sunday, fun day here at Glacier Bank Park. Range Riders going for the series victory. First pitch in is swung on and fouled off. We are underway at 1:07 p.m., 53 degrees and drizzly here in the Flathead Valley. Fans have come prepared. They're ready to run the bases post-game. The kids are. We're playing ball. Fouled off again. Count goes to 0-2. Aiden Redahan, after last night's solid contest, he is at an even 500 in terms of batting average. Near the top of the league. Ball outside, count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Top of the first, just underway. Redahan, Manacero, and Specht due up. Top batting average in the league right now, as this one, well, Redahan's going to continue competing for it, as that's a line shot into left field. Leadoff single for Redahan. He is currently 3rd in the league, but I don't think Jimerson necessarily qualifies, who is tied for first at a 571 clip. He only has 7 ABs. On the other side, Joshua Duarte of the Yuba Sutter Freebirds, a 571 clip. But Redahan is slugging above Duarte. Ball upstairs to Anthony Manacero, who had a bases clearing triple his last night, which broke the game open in the top of the 4th inning. 1-0 count to Manacero. In the zone, it's 1-1. Range Riders Donovan Ratfield, who has the day off today. He's 5th in the league in batting average right now. I think that should go down as 3rd because Vasquez and Jimerson both don't qualify with 3 in 2 games, respectively. So it's Duarte, Redahan, Ratfield, and behind that, Miklas of the Mustangs, Kootway of the Mustangs, Grant of the Boise Hawks, McCaffrey, and Eddie Pelk also there, as this one is right to Jake Millen over at first base, who didn't need to shoot the hand down with the glove in it, but a little flare on it as he grabs that hot shot over to first. 71 mile per hour floats to him. He grabs it and he places the glove on the bag for the double play. 2 gone just like that, and Redahan off the base pass, which always feels good if you can get rid of him. This one flared up into the sky by Tommy Specht. Unassisted double play over there. Count goes to 0-1 on Tommy Specht. And that pitch will miss. Count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. 90 on the gun there from Longshore. Texas kid, probably hasn't pitched a ton in the rain, but as has most of the Pioneer League, especially in Montana, the rain has affected Week 1 quite a bit. This one flaring out to left center field. Drew Collins stops his run to the side, turns it into a back pedal, and makes the grab for out number 3. Range Riders face the minimum in the first after a leadoff single by Redahan is erased by the double play. We'll be right back for the bottom of inning number 1. Range Riders due up.
Welcome to Magoo & Company, a third-generation family-owned business nestled in the heart of downtown Whitefish. We offer a dazzling array of diamonds, ethically sourced Montana sapphires, and captivating custom designs that capture the essence of Montana's natural beauty. From jewelry design and appraisals to cleaning, repairs, and gemologist consulting, your satisfaction is our priority. Experience the magic of Magoo & Company and discover the perfect piece to celebrate life's special moments.
Welcome back as J.D. McLaughlin leads a soft defense for the Great Falls Voyagers as Antonio Barranca behind the plate. Anthony Swenda over at third. Trey Cruz is the shortstop. Aiden Redahan plays second base for the Voyagers, while Ott is over at first. The outfield from left to right is Manacero, Temisveri, and Specht. J.D. McLaughlin to see the first pitch from Colin Murphy. Murphy, 10.29 ERA. As the first pitch misses inside. 10.29 ERA. And an 0-2 record. Got hit pretty hard early in the game last Sunday. 7 strikeouts to 4 walks. Not a power pitcher necessarily. Opposing batters hitting .412 against Murphy. Range Riders did see him once out of the pen in the first series of the season. There's a swing and a miss. One ball, 2 strikes. As a foul ball by McLaughlin keeps him alive. 283 clip for McLaughlin. 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. No home runs this week for JD. Both of them came on the road. One of them in Great Falls, the other in Billings, Montana. This one laced up the middle for a base knock from JD. 98 came clean off the bat. Leadoff single for JD. That pitch goes all the way to the backstop. And Kyle Ashworth just scoots out of the way as McLaughlin reaches second on the wild pitch. And you're seeing the weather maybe play a little bit of a factor right now. Barranca having a quick conversation with home plate umpire before he has a conversation with his pitcher, and then ends up coming back and ignoring having a conversation with his pitcher. And now he goes back to have a conversation with his pitcher. Is he talking to him? Is he not talking to him? He talked to him, And a 1-0 count with a runner in scoring position. Range Riders, first chance in a while for them to strike first, possibly. And now there will be a conversation between home plate umpire and Tony Prater, the crew chief, on whether this is a mound visit or not, I'm assuming. I believe when Antonio Barranca asked the home plate umpire if he could go and talk to him without getting charged a mound visit, and now Tony Prater is going to come over, and I think he's going to deliver bad news to Sean Ripe, who is putting up an argument on the steps of the dugout. And some claps, I'm assuming with a sarcastic tone from Ripe. Runner on second, no outs, 1-0 count as the Range Riders try to score first in this one. The last 3 days, Great Falls has put in runs in the top half of the first inning. First time in a while they've come up to the plate with a 0 in front of Great Falls. There's a called strike into Kyle Ashworth. What a day yesterday for Ashworth. His on-base percentage skyrocketing. 571 clip for Ashworth and a 333 batting average. He also has 6 RBIs, batting out of the 9-hole most often this season. Fouled it off. Count goes to 2-2. Ball pushes the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes, pitch in. And it's ball 4 outside. The on-base percentage continues to go up. Challenge coming from Barranca. And they'll be down to 1 challenge remaining just like that. I don't think the situation was poor, but that was a pretty clear ball. Don't want to get your pitcher with 2 on, nobody out. And instead, you still have that. And you also have only 1 challenge you can get wrong the rest of the contest. That means the offense will be really handcuffed to not use one. First pitch, a strike into Carson Garner. 0-1 count, no outs. Bottom of the first inning. Murphy on the bump. Carson Garner at the plate with an RBI opportunity. 2 speedy runners in front of him. Swung on this one. It's a foul ball by Garner. On the season, 268 batting average for Garner. 1 home run, 4 RBIs. His home run came opening night to the tune of 487 feet to center field. Colin Murphy fires that pitch low and away. Count goes to 1-2. Murphy, a product of Lincoln Memorial University, which is in Harrogate, Tennessee. Originally born in Louisville, that's where he went to school. 4-year career at Division II Lincoln Memorial for the Rail Splitters. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Swung on, popped up, way up the chimney. Over at first base, the catch is made by Ott. That one's sky high. Usually, they get a read just in case we have something like that to see how high technically it went up. But unfortunately, did not read on that one how high it went up. Runners on first and second, no outs. Would have been an infield fly anyway, so Garner was out no matter if Ott caught that or not. Up comes Carson Hornan, who sees a called strike, and the count goes to 0-1. Range Riders, this is a situation they've had plenty of times this season Runners on first and second, less than 2 outs, but they've been able to take advantage of it way less than they would have wanted. So there's a ball downstairs. All 3 of the losses this season for Glacier, you can track part of it down to runs left on the table in the early going, and the other side being able to push runs across later in the contest and take advantage of those same clutch moments. Range Riders really haven't had a contest where it has just been a complete first through 9th inning blowout. And I know you're looking at the score from last Saturday night. As there's a swing and a miss and a strikeout of Horning, 2 gone. And you're thinking 22-7 on the scoreboard. Well, you know, 6 of those runs came in against a position player in Logan Beard. 8 of those runs were unearned. As you take a look back at the punch out of Horning upstairs, fastball at 90 to punch him out. The Range Riders are in danger of writing a similar script here in inning number 1. 2 on, no outs, both with speed. And as Millen flares this to shallow center field, the diving catch is unable to be made. And the relay will come home, the throw not in time, and it goes all the way to the backstop. Todd Pratt was giving a late stop sign, and Ashworth nearly truck sticked him. I'm glad he didn't, because Ashworth probably would have lost that battle to the former MLB catcher. But at the last moment, as in the replay, you can see in the bottom there, you see they almost collide, and then Ashworth ends up forcing the misthrow there. It's a base hit, RBI, 2 RBI single technically by Millen, as that throw was forced home, so you can't credit it as an error. And Range Riders lead 2-0 thanks to Millen just squeaking one beyond the dive of Temesvari. Called strike into Jacob Steele. Rarely do you have first and third scoring on a single, but that's what it goes down as. And that's the luxury of having something like that happen with 2 outs, is the runners are going on contact. And as soon as Temesvari couldn't squeeze it, then it becomes a pressure play. And again, the stop sign was probably the correct call from Todd Pratt. Problem was, I think, slippery conditions. Ashworth said, screw it. I don't want to have to stop and go back, and I think I'm coming too hot around third to do so. So he just steamrolled home, and it ended up working out perfectly because of the misthrow by Redahan. 0-2 count, 2 outs into Jacob Steele. Runner on first and Millen, swung on to left center field, tracking over, and it falls in the gap. Millen goes first to third, and the Range Riders 2-out rally here. This is feeling good. After the last couple days, the clutch hitting was hard to find. Even in the 7-4 victory, the Range Riders still left a lot of opportunities. Up comes Tommy Rover, who was phenomenal on Friday night. Last night struggled a little bit, did Rover. Runners on the corners. Jacob Steele, good wheels on first base. See if the Range Riders maybe try him out to run, as there's a called strike. Count goes to no balls, 1 strike. There's a called ball. This one hit to second, fielded by Redahan, bobbled for a brief moment, but Rover ends up not having enough time to get to first. That's how the first inning ends. It's a 2 RBI single by Jake Millen. Voyagers trail the Range Riders 2-0 after 1. We'll be right back.
When injuries occur, it can feel like your goals are out of reach. I'm Dr. Karen Purser, an orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist at Logan Health. If you injure a joint, muscle, or bone, our orthopedics and sports medicine specialists are here to help. Our highly specialized surgeons, clinicians, and physical therapists offer innovative treatments and the latest minimally invasive procedures to help you recover and return to activity faster and stronger so that you can reach your goal.
Two to nothing, Range Riders lead in the top of the second inning. Zach Longshore coming out after technically a 1-2-3 frame in inning number one. Single before a double play and a fly out against him. Longshore just 10 pitches thrown. On the other side, for Murphy, he had to fire 26 in the bottom of the first inning. Longshore has become hardened by the weather over his time in Montana. The Texas kid pitching seemingly perfectly at home. Originally from Richmond, Texas, Zach Longshore. First pitch misses. Count goes to 1-0 on Ethan Ott. Ott, .350 batting average, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. There's a swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-1. And there's a ball. 2-1. This one hit to shallow center field and a base knock by Ott. Trey Cruz comes to the plate. No outs, runner on first. Similar situation to what we had in the first inning. Leadoff base runner aboard via the single. Now Trey Cruz after pickoff attempt. Fouled off on the first pitch. Goes Trey Cruz. A 1 count. Pitch misses up and in. Count goes to 1-1. This one carrying out to left field where Drew Collins makes the grab on it. 1 out. Antonio Barranca to the plate now. Barranca, who hit a home run off of Longshore on Tuesday night. No doubter over the left field fence, 406 feet. Will step in. Antonio Barranca on the season, .321 batting average, 1 home run, 7 RBIs. Got off to a slow start last week in the opening 3 games versus the Range Riders, but played great over the weekend. Pickoff attempt over to first base. As the first pitch misses. And the count goes to 1-0. More action happening, of course, in the regionals round of the NCAA tournament. 64 teams make the NCAA tournament. By the end of this weekend, it is narrowed down to 16, and the top 8 go to Omaha. The driver's seat for what was supposed to be the 1 seed versus the 16 seed matchup. Right now, Kentucky and Cal Poly are the favorites, and they're both 3 seeds in their regional. We got fans leaping over seats, trying to get to it. And that's what you hear that cheer for. There's a fan who, now he's going up the seats to get out as there's a swing and a miss, a strikeout of Barranca. You don't need to go up that way. Really making it hard on himself. And then eventually runs out. You could have just taken the stairs back up. Oh, man. Never gets old. Watching a fan chase down a foul ball that goes to no man's land. 2 outs. Up comes Anthony Swenda. First pitch upstairs. Count goes to 1-0. Like I said, Cal Poly, they beat St. Mary's 14-1 to head to the regional final at the Los Angeles Regional. They face off against the winner of UCLA and St. Mary's. There's a swing and a miss by Swenda. If it ends up being Cal Poly and Kentucky that go through, then I believe it's just the highest bidder gets to host. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-out pitch down low to Swenda. Kentucky and West Virginia will face off in the Morgantown Regional Final. Cal Poly still awaiting the winner of UCLA and St. Mary's today. And call the ball. High and away. Count goes to 3-1. Longshore versus Swenda. Swenda on the season. .242 batting average. No home runs, 2 RBIs. Swing and a foul scrape. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first. Ott will get the luxury of going on the pitch. Three-two. Swing and a miss. Longshore punches out Swenda to end the frame, and a leadoff single once again erased by the stellar pitching of Longshore. We head to the bottom of the second. Range Riders lead 2-0.
In 1858, one man's ingenuity sparked a legacy. When Henry Ward Johns set out to rethink roofing, he built something that would last. That spirit carried forward in 1901, when Johns joined forces with Charles Manville, creating Johns Manville. For more than 160 years, through challenge and change, innovation and resilience have defined who we are. Today, backed by Berkshire Hathaway, Johns Manville is trusted in the commercial roofing industry, with systems built to perform.
Up steps Julian Sauger to lead us off here in the bottom of the second inning. Third game played for Sauger. Just 5 at-bats, has a walk and a run scored. Does Julian Sauger. Opened the scoring last Sunday in Billings off the RBI single by Logan Beard that day. Range Riders undefeated on Sundays because they won 1 week ago today on a much better afternoon weather-wise in Billings. Of course, the weather pretty bad in Billings today. They have already called it and are rained out on this Sunday afternoon. Sauger fouled off there. Count goes 0-2 on Julian. From Trussville, Alabama, Sauger. Ball outside. Other ballparks across the PBL, though, are in action. Everybody other than Billings, I believe, has a good chance to play today. Underway in Ogden, it's 1-1 between the Paddleheads and the Raptors. Missoula on the verge of winning that series 5-1. This is another foul ball by Sauger. Boise up 7-0 already on Modesto in the top of the 7th. 7th spot. They put up a touchdown right away. That is deflating if you're Modesto, especially on the road on the Sunday getaway. You can see a road team kind of turn it in after something like that. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, I do not know where Modesto goes next, so let's find out. Part of this game, as was last Sunday, is starting to theorize and figure out how fun next week's games could be. As Sauger heads this one towards right field. Good swing on it from Sauger. Probably one of his best swings of the year, but it's a 288-foot line out to right. Up comes Drew Collins now. Speedy outfielder for the Range Riders. Modesto's back home against Yuba Sutter on Tuesday, so if they're taking the bus, they got plenty of speed in front of them, or plenty of time in front of them. This one's a slow roller to Redahan, where Collins almost beats out. Man, he's excited to watch. If he can make contact, he's going to have a chance. That one, however, is a broken bat. 4-3 ground out. You see how he just popped it off the hands here, Collins. Two outs, flip over the lineup to J.D. McLaughlin, who hits a slow roller over towards short where Trey Cruz fields and throws, and the Range Riders roll over to the tune of a 8-pitch inning, including Collins and McLaughlin only seeing 1 pitch. We head to the 3rd. It's 2-0 Glacier.
Numbness and tingling in the hand can make you lose your grip. Hi, I'm Dr. Nate Fogel. I'm an orthopedic surgeon and hand specialist here at Logan Health. Repetitive actions can lead to a condition called carpal tunnel. Left untreated, these symptoms can interfere with your daily life. Our fellowship-trained hand surgeons offer patient-specific care to help you regain control. Here's to getting a grip on life.
Top of the third inning here. The Glacier Range Riders with a 2-0 lead over the Great Falls Voyagers through 2 as Kyle Schmack to the plate. 156 batting average for Schmack, 1 home run, and 8 RBIs for the outfielder who's designated hitting today. Other matchups today in the PBL. Red Pocket plays at Oakland, while Long Beach plays at Yuba Sutter. Long Beach finally on Tuesday will have their first home game as Schmack swings and misses. They host the Red Pocket Mobiles in a 6-game series. That one could get rough, just based off of the offensive numbers we've seen out of Long Beach and the everything numbers we've seen out of Red Pocket. You might see some football scores down in the LA area. And we ain't talking UFL. Spring football, PK's favorite. 2 balls, 1 strike. If PK were in the booth with me, he would surely appreciate a spring football reference. Instead, the count goes to 2-1. 2 Schmack. Bluff of the bat. Just missed high and away. 3 balls and 1 strike from Zach Longshore into Kyle Schmack. Tonight, we got Yuba Sutter hosting Long Beach at 6:35 p.m. before the Coast have a long bus ride home. Swing and a miss counts full. To then prepare for their home opener. Missoula finally gets their first home game next Tuesday as well. They will host the Boise Hawks for 3. Swing and a miss. Schmack punched out. The 13th strikeout of the year for Schmack, tied for the top of the team with Swenda and Trey Cruz. 1 out, top of the third. As we take a look back at the Longshore Punchy. Good battle back from 3-1. Just tried him upstairs. That pitch came in at 88 miles per hour. 1 out, top of the third. Temesveri, clean crack to left field, and it's a no-doubter gone from Vincent Temesveri, the number 9 batter in the lineup. First home run of the season for the Gonzaga product. And that one 402 feet over the left field fence. He got all of it. 2-1 as the Voyagers crack the scoreboard for the first time today. Flip over the lineup card, and Aiden Redahan to the dish. First professional home run from Temesveri, LA native. Finished up his collegiate career over in Spokane. 1-0 count. Pitch missing up high to Redahan. Over a 500 batting average on the season, 2nd in the league. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out, top of the 3rd inning. Also missing, 2-0. Here's a swing and a miss. Count goes to 2-1 in terms of on-base percentage. Redahan's sitting a little bit lower there. Hasn't enticed the amount of walks he would want to. He's 19th in on-base percentage just by being 2nd in batting average. So maybe seeing a few more pitches is another goal for him. But, of course, batting average, that does just fine. Josh Duarte, top batting average, is also the top OBP guy. In 11 games played, 42 at-bats, his on-base percentage is right near 650. That is ball 3, just missing. Upstairs, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Top slugging percentage in the league right now through the first 2 weeks is Thomas McCaffrey, catcher for the Long Beach Coast, formerly a Chucker. 3-2 pitch into Redahan. Swung on down the left field line, and it's extra bases for Aiden Redahan, who will scooter into second pretty easily. And a 1-out double for Redahan puts the tying run in scoring position. Redahan is 8th in slugging percentage, and right now 1 for 1. Krebs at 2 for 2. Looks to trend that upwards. One out, top of the third inning. Manicero grounded or lined into a double play last time up. And he will see a called strike as the count goes to 0-1. In the dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike. Top hit by pitch numbers in the league right now. It's the man who just hit a home run. Vincent Temisveri has been hit those times. He's been hit 6 times this season already. Tapper over to third, fielded and thrown as Millen gets run into there. Millen asking about it. Todd Pratt will ask about it as well. Let's take a look back at the replay. As you see, third baseman there, and oh yeah, he smacked that glove, it looked like. Didn't look as obvious as the Alex. I mean, it wasn't. Was it A-Rod? Yeah, it was A-Rod. It didn't quite look as obvious as that, but as Todd Pratt's continuing to ask the questions, he's saying, wait a minute. That last replay, our camera crew got a great shot of it over at first base. And Todd Pratt's still arguing and saying, hey, wait a minute. And Tony Prater just kind of gives him palms up and says, hey, sorry, nothing we can do about it. That one didn't look fully legal from Manicero. But we play on. Now it's runners on the corners. An error on somebody. Don't know if it's Garner on the throw or Millen on the reception. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Guess you give it to Garner right now for the throw, putting in the base path. Pick off over to first base. Redahan did stay put at third. There's a called strike into Tommy Speck, who's 0 for 1. Flied out to left. If he did something similar, that should be enough to score Redahan from third and tie this game up. Another pickoff attempt, the only 2 allotted now to Longshore. This one hit on the ground. Runner is going, and it hit the runner. And the umpires are saying nothing about it, and Todd Pratt's already out of the dugout. They're saying he's out. And what are they going to do over at third? They're going to put Redahan, I believe, back on the bag. The problem with that, it was a hit and run. So probably it's a 4-6-3 double play without the hit and run. But this is probably not going to be, but as soon as you touch that, then you take any chance of a 4-6-3 off the table. And so the logic of it would say it doesn't matter that he was basically already on second base safely. Because he hit it, he is out, which is the rule. If you get hit as a base runner by the baseball, you're out, no matter how intentional or not it is. And as there's a swing and a miss, the runner, any other runners that advance because of it have to go back to where they started. So a very unique situation there, but somehow, if Manicero just avoided that, it would have been an RBI ground out, most likely, and he would have been in scoring position. Instead, It's runners on the corner still, but with 2 outs. Unassisted, I believe. Technically, Rover gets the out and a swing and a miss, and Longshore gets out of a funky frame with a controversial call over at first, which I guess you could implement the long-standing tradition of ball don't lie. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. It's 2-1 after Temis Ferry's first professional home run.
Thinking about where to host your next office event? Book the indoor event space at Glacier Bank Park. With a capacity up to 145 people, our indoor event space is a flexible, year-round venue ideal for accommodating receptions, conferences, and holiday parties. The spacious layout boasts impressive stadium and mountain views, providing the perfect setting for guests to mingle, network, and celebrate. Book your office party today at glacierbankpark.com.
Innovation has always been at the core of Johns Manville. From advanced testing labs to real-world job sites, we rethink what roofing can deliver. Through science, precision engineering, and decades of real-world experience, we engineer commercial roofing systems that deliver lasting performance. At Johns Manville, innovation means listening, learning, and building solutions that meet today's needs while preparing for what's next. This is progress with purpose.
Welcome back. Scott Gladstone with you here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, 2-1 scoreline. Kyle Ashworth leads us off with a walk, his first time up. Count goes to 1-1. Foul ball makes it 1-2. On Kyle Ashworth, former Long Beach State dirtbag. His collegiate home will host the Long Beach Coast. Swing and a miss. He's punched out. Former Cal Poly player as well, where he started his career. Ashworth. Regional final at the Gainesville Regional is between Florida and Troy. Troy out of the losers bracket. They just took down Miami to eliminate them. And how about one of our Cinderellas, maybe, as Garner, a former Cinderella member himself, steps up to the plate and sees a strike. University of Arkansas Little Rock is in the Hattiesburg Regional Final. They will play the winner of Virginia and Jacksonville State in the losers bracket. Swing and a miss again. Count goes to 0-2. East Carolina, North Carolina in the Chapel Hill Regional Final, while Texas A&M will face the winner of USC and Texas State in their College Station Regional. 0-2. Hit on the ground towards 3rd. And a long double, triple, quadruple clutch before it's a safe at first. Infield single, beat out by Carson Garner. Look back at that replay of the controversial Manicero play over there as we watch this replay here. And once again, our camera crew doing a great job to get that shot. We are on limited cameras due to the rain. So huge shout out to Janelle and Ryan back there cutting our show. 1 out, bottom of the 3rd inning. But if you back that baby up on YouTube and you look at that replay that we got of the Manicero play. I'll tell you what, it looks to me like unintentional / reactionary or not, Manicero did kind of swat that left hand at the glove of Millen. There's a ball outside. Count goes to 1-1 on Carson Hornung. It's certainly a play which has been famous in 2004 season when A-Rod smacked the ball out of Bronson Arroyo's hand. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Originally called safe, but the umpires did confer and call him out after it. And Chas McCormick did it more recent times for the Houston Astros, smacked it out of Ty France of the Seattle Mariners glove. There's a ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Smart play, but not if you got the camera shots we do. We can at least retroactively incriminate you. If you can get away with it, to the umpires, that's all that really matters. Foul ball up and over our heads. 2 balls and 2 strikes. All's well that ends well for the Range Riders last inning. His long short just allows the solo home run. 4 hits for each side. And I believe, really, the big loser is Carson Garner, who I think technically gets an error on that because he threw it in the baseline. As Hornung rips this one extra bases to right center field, it will go all the way to the Johns Manville side and right. Hornung holds at second. It's an RBI double for the former Jacksonville State Gamecock. It is 3-1 Range Riders. Beautiful swing from Hornung. Jake Millen now stepping up with a 2 RBI single his last trip to the plate. Range Riders first time wearing their camo jerseys this year with Range Riders across the front. Gold lettering or gold numbering on front and back. Ball downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 3rd inning. A 3-1 Range Rider lead with Hornung on second. World Cup inching closer and closer. This is the final day of May. June, of course, is World Cup in the U.S., as well as Canada and Mexico. The United States, their men's team playing the first friendly. They are up 2-0 on Senegal. Christian Pulisic just scored a goal. Don't worry. I'll explain all you need to know about the World Cup right here. You don't even need to watch any games. Just keep tuning into Range Rider Baseball. I will get you covered so you can have the passable conversations at work or wherever it may be. 3 balls and 1 strike. That's my goal. Keep you updated on the storylines. For the United States, obviously one of the big storylines is trying to get a little bit deeper into the tournament than usual. And Christian Pulisic, kind of a once-in-a-generation player for the U.S., as Millen hammers this one hard, but foul down the left field line. Count goes full on Jake Millen. Pulisic, the Range Rider star, the U.S. team star, born in Hershey, Pennsylvania, same home state as Jacob Millen. See, it all comes around. Jake Millen sees ball 4, and he works a walk. Millen from Springbrook, Pennsylvania. Steele steps up. Steele 1 for 1 with the single into left. Millen. One hour and 53 minutes away from Hershey, Pennsylvania, is Springbrook. Swing and a miss by Steele. Count goes to 0-1. 3-1 scoreline, bottom of the 3rd inning. Hour, 53-minute drive. And of course, Hershey, Pennsylvania, right near Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which is the capital and known in part for Hershey World. I think that's what it's called. There's a called strike. Now it's 0-2. Hershey's Chocolate World. Pretty good theme park, I've heard. I am a somewhat theme park fan. Love a good roller coaster. Hershey World definitely on the bucket list. I hope that Millen has been there, but I've never asked him specifically if he's been to Hershey World. It just seems like the confluence of two great things. Amusement park rides and chocolate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouled off by Steele. Of course, it's Family Fun Day, so I'm sure there's a fair amount of chocolate being sold out of the concession stand. Plenty of candy you can buy, as well as Sweet Peaks ice cream on the concourse. Have to go outside the shelter of the suite level here, though, and weather a little bit of rain to get that ice cream before, I'm sure, going back undercover. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Foul scrape. That one bounced down and then into the mask of our home plate umpire, who seemed to wear that one pretty well. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out once again in the bottom of the 3rd. Got the chance over the offseason as you look back and see the awkward ricochet here off this one. Ooh. That's why you wear the mask. And I think that one got all mask and luckily no chin for our home plate umpire. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 on here in the bottom of the 3rd. It's a wild pitch outside the reach of Barranca. Count goes to 2-2, and now 2 in scoring position for Glacier. Jacob Steele, hometown of St. Peters, Missouri. Swung on into shallow right, where the second baseman Redahan can backpedal and make the grab on it. Slow fly out for out number 2. Up steps Tommy Rover, 0 for 1 with the ground out to second. St. Peters, Missouri, in the Missouri side of St. Louis, the St. Louis area. Of course, there's some spillover on the Illinois side as well. Most of the suburbs, though, on the Missouri side. Rover sees a first pitch ball. Did he swing? Umpire on second says no. Count goes to 1-0. Rover from Brentwood, California. Called ball. Count goes to 2-0. Brentwood, very loosely in the Bay Area, about halfway between San Francisco, Oakland, and Stockton, California. Home to the minor league Stockton Ports. Allen misses down low. It is 3 balls and no strikes. Not too far from Modesto is Brentwood. So technically, Rover's from Pioneer League country. New Pioneer League country, as Rover now will head to first after a 4-pitch walk from Colin Murphy, and Julian Sauger steps to the plate. What a moment this would be for Sauger to get his first career professional hit. Take a look at ball 4, which is pretty uncompetitive there on a take all the way on 3-0. Swung a good bat at it last time, Sauger. And now he sees a ball low and away. Count goes to 1-0. Sauger, great energy on the team. Got that fun catcher energy. 1-0. Taken over the zone, 1-1. Rain continues to come down here. Not an easy one to pitch in, but both pitchers have to deal with it. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd inning. pitch from Colin Murphy, his 67th of the day. Into Sauger downstairs, 2-1. Sauger just trying to get into a rhythm, performing as the number 2 catcher, playing once every 2 or 3 games. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases stuffed for Sauger. Thought about swinging, held back on it. Count goes to 2-2 as he watched an 82-mile-per-hour pitch find the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases stuffed. A chance for the Range Riders to break this one wide open. 3-1 lead right now. Pitch coming into Sauger. Swing and a miss. And Murphy gets out of the jam. Another bases-loaded jam escaped by this Voyager squad, who has seen plenty of them over the past few days. We head to the 4th. It's 3-1.
Welcome to Magoo & Company, a third-generation family-owned business nestled in the heart of downtown Whitefish. We offer a dazzling array of diamonds, ethically sourced Montana sapphires, and captivating custom designs that capture the essence of Montana's natural beauty. From jewelry design and appraisals to cleaning, repairs, and gemologist consulting, your satisfaction is our priority. Experience the magic of Magoo & Company and discover the perfect piece to celebrate life's special moments.
When injuries occur, it can feel like your goals are out of reach. I'm Dr. Karen Purser, an orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist at Logan Health. If you injure a joint, muscle, or bone, our orthopedics and sports medicine specialists are here to help. Our highly specialized surgeons, clinicians, and physical therapists offer innovative treatments and the latest minimally invasive procedures to help you recover and return to activity faster and stronger so that you can reach your goal.
Welcome back. Glacier Range Riders with a 3-1 lead here through the first 3 innings of work. Longshore has seen some scares, but has survived it. On the other side, of course, the biggest scare of the contest just ended in a strikeout of Julian Sauger for out number 3 of the last inning. Oh, so close to really breaking through. And the first pitch will come in shortly here to Trey Cruz, who is 0 for 1 with a fly out to left. Called strike, bottom of the zone. 0-1. Range Riders, though, do appreciate punching back after the solo shot. This one out to left as well. Collins makes it look easy. Because it was about as easy as it gets. Antonio Barranca to the plate. Barranca struck out swinging. First time he saw Zach Longshore today. Bluffed the bat. No ask from Sauger. Pretty clearly did not go. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, top of the 4th inning. And that one dips in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. As this one is Barranca's 2nd home run of the season. He got a home run off Longshore on Tuesday night, and that one similar, no doubt, proportions, 399 feet over the left field fence. It is 3-2. Second solo home run of the day by the Voyagers. Temis Very has a long ball as well. Three to 2 goes the scoreline. And there's a ball into Anthony Swenda with 1 out. Step into the plate, 3-2 scoreline. Foul ball. Count goes to 1-1. Swenda 0 for 1. He struck out swinging in his first trip to the plate. Former LSU Shreveport Pilot. The 1-1. Ball up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. PBL scoreboard, let's look at it. For today, the update, Ogden up 6-1, trying to claim something from that series. Ogden is at the point where as there's a swing and a miss. They put the call out for starting pitching. The owner / president of the Raptors, Dave Baggett, he said, put out a LinkedIn post that I saw calling all pitchers. The Ogden Raptors professional baseball team has gotten off to a rough 3-6 start. The cause, starting pitching. As there is a foul ball. So asking for any pitchers to hop in his DMs if they have a 2-1 strikeout to walk ratio. That is the ask for the Raptors. Starting pitching today, halfway decent right now. They only got 1 run allowed on them by the Missoula Paddleheads, but this week has been anything but in terms of pitching throughout, with a lot of runs scored by Missoula. 11 last night, and that was a low number because it was 16 the night before, 13 the night before that, and 26 on Wednesday night. 3-2 pitch, fouled off by Swenda. We'll do a full count once more. Again, Billings, Idaho Falls, they're rained out. They will make up that contest at a later date. Boise's up 12-2 on Modesto in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Roadsters are ready to drive back to Modesto, I think, right now. Red Pocket and Oakland just underway in the Bay Area, and not until 6:35 do we get the Long Beach Coast and Yuba Sutter. Longshore gets that one dribbled right back to him, and he'll run it most of the way to first for out number 2. Kyle Schmack stepping up, strikeout swinging for Schmack. Next week, of course, the Range Riders face 2 different opponents. First, the Oakland Ballers, defending champs, come to town Tuesday through Thursday. And then on Friday, the Mission Mountain matchup is underway. The rivalry series with the Missoula Paddleheads starts with the 3-gamer here in Glacier. The Range Riders and the Paddleheads do not play a ton this season compared to usual seasons. Only 3 games for Glacier at all in Missoula. That will be in the month of July. Great Falls heads back home. They host Billings for 3 before hosting Oakland themselves for 3. Schmack sends it sky high, scraping the bottom of the rain-soaked clouds. Steal into his glove for out number 3. It's a Range Rider 3-2 lead. Barranca towers a fly ball for another solo home run by the Voyagers. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It's 3-2. Glacier leads Great Falls.
Need a space that offers both a place to dine and an area to mingle in style? Book the Hideaway and Corner Suite at Glacier Bank Park. You and up to 50 guests will enjoy full catering services in the Hideaway, and incredible mountain views and comfortable furnishings in the luxury Corner Suite. This versatile combination offers a space to dine and a place to relax, creating the perfect arrangement for guests looking to mingle, network, and celebrate. Book your office party today at glacierbankpark.com.
Welcome back. Bottom of the fourth inning here in the Flathead Valley. Range Riders have a 3-2 lead over the Voyagers. Colin Murphy on 69 pitches, out for a fourth inning of work. First batter he will face is Drew Collins, who sees a pitch low and away. Count goes to 1-0. Collins, hometown of Oregon, Ohio, which I've never heard of. There's a called strike. Count goes to 1-1. Oregon, Ohio is in the greater Toledo area, which already brought up Hershey Park. Might as well bring up Cedar Point, not too far away from Cedar Point. One of the all-time bucket list amusement parks. Very unique location as this one flared up and foul. Count goes to 2-2 on Drew Collins. On an island in the middle of Lake Erie, Cedar Point. Kind of a limited opening hours as this one into shallow center, falls for a base knock. Leadoff single by Drew Collins, and a great guy to have to lead off an inning with a base knock because he can run on the base paths. A couple stolen bases successful for the Range Riders yesterday, including 2 by J.D. McLaughlin, the man at the plate right now. So don't be shocked if Drew Collins tries to run from first. J.D. McLaughlin is, as there's a pickoff attempt over to first, is 1 for 2 today. Chandler, Arizona hometown. I think it's too hot for a theme park in Phoenix. I think they only have water parks there. Because you'd think, especially during the off season, maybe a good spot for it. Yeah. Not so much. There's not a good one in Phoenix, Arizona. 1-0. Sometimes we have our sub themes of the day, and apparently today is talking about some theme parks. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. Bottom of the fourth inning. Runner's going. Throw into second, almost goes to the outfield. Collins stays put on second base. He's in there with a successful stolen base. That's his 3rd swiped bag of the season. Carson Garner and him tied for the team lead with 3 each. And J.D. McLaughlin has a 3-0 count with a runner in scoring position. Range Riders trying to counterbalance the Barranca solo home run, and a called strike makes the count 3 balls, 1 strike for J.D. Ball 4, and J.D. earns a walk. Of course, J.D. Chandler, Arizona listed it as his hometown, but he is just as much committed to the city of Chicago. He's a Chicago sports fan, big Bears fan. Last year, one of the more exciting seasons to be a Bears fan of recent memory. Still a heartbreaking finish. I'll tell you what. As Ashworth squares to bunt, pulls it back, count goes to 1-0. Ashworth, a blueprint right now. Guy that you would want up in this situation. 2 on, no outs, 1 run lead. Drop down a sacrifice bunt, see if you can reach, especially in sloppy, rainy conditions. Drops it down. It's a pretty good one. The throw will come to first base, and it's airmailed beyond the bag. 1 coming home, and a stop sign put up for McLaughlin. It is going to be exactly a successful sacrifice bunt. The 2nd time that Ashworth has reached on a bunt today. He wants that to be a part of his bread and butter. Not just sacrifice bunting, but bunting for hits in general. As you take a look back at the replay, it's going to be a sack bunt the whole way. It's exactly where you want it to ensure that. And with the rain coming down, just put that baby into the pitcher's hand ask him to try and throw it clean to first. It's not easy. Bluff of the bat, misses upstairs. So Collins scores on it. McLaughlin goes to third, as does Ashworth go to second. Swing and a miss there. Count goes to 1-1 on Carson Garner, who's 1 for 2 today. Single, infield single to third base. J.D. McLaughlin on third, just to close up the Chicago Bears conversation, as Garner swings this one to left center field. That's beyond the center fielder. It will one hop and go over the wall. Carson Garner has himself a 2 RBI double. It is 6-2 Range Riders. Ashworth and McLaughlin across on the healthy knock by Garner. 381 feet out there, and I think the rain knocked it down further. Maybe could have had a chance at third base, Garner. If that one would have stayed in the yard just with the slippery conditions, you might as well try and test it and go for 3. Does still have an extra base hit and 2 RBIs. 6-2 lead. First pitch, a called strike, and the count goes to 0-1 on Hornung, who has himself an RBI double. 0-1 count. Garner on second, Hornung on the plate. Count goes to 1-1. Still didn't even get to fully finish my Chicago Bears statement. I would have much rather had them beat the Rams, but the Seahawks had to do it in one of the scariest games that I've ever attended. Lead against the Rams. Kind of feels like when the Range Riders were playing the Mustangs in the 3-game series in Billings last week, where just no lead felt safe against an offense that good. Kind of like Puka Nacua and Matthew Stafford's Rams last year. 2 balls, 2 strikes, but somehow Seahawks got it done. Obviously got it done to the Super Bowl. 2-2 pitch into Carson Hornung. Ball upstairs. It is 3 balls and 2 strikes for Hornung. Hornung, originally from Overland Park, Kansas. 3-2. It's a foul scrape, just staying alive. Overland Park, very heavy populated suburb of Kansas City. Of course, got to check if Hornung is a Chiefs fan. 3 balls, 2 strikes, pitch in. It is ball 4, and Carson Hornung walks aboard, and that's enough for Cabeza to get the catcher's mask on over in the bullpen and warm-ups to start for a reliever for Great Falls. Great Falls has been certainly weathered by the storm of the Range Riders seeing as many pitches as they do. I don't think they have a lot of arms available, period. There's a lefty warming up in the pen right now. It must be Simon Murray because there's not another lefty reliever. Serwinski had a phenomenal start on Friday, but he had to exit the game due to injury, and that really put them in the bind that they are in now. Kevin Warwick has pitched on 3 straight days, and honestly, there's probably a half-decent chance he has to pitch in a 4th straight day, which I said yesterday, 3 straight is kind of an unwritten rule that you don't send a guy out there for 3 straight days. To do it in 4 straight would certainly be something. A testament to the rubber arm that Warwick maybe would like to claim he has, especially if he comes out there. But we'll get there when we get there. Up to the plate steps Jake Millen, the Pennsylvania kid, by way of FAU, Florida Atlantic University. Swing and a foul scrape into the glove of Barranca. 0-1 count, no out. 6-2 Range Rider lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. There's a called strike, and it's 0-2 on Jake Millen, who is 1 for 1 with a 2 RBI single. Range Riders out hitting the Voyagers 7-6 today. Pitch coming to Millen. Hit over to first, fielded, and the only play to make will be at first. Horning just avoided getting hit by that ball. It's a productive out for Jake Millen. 3-1 in your scorebook. Garner to third, Horning to second. So both Carsons are in scoring position. Jacob Steele, the man at the plate. 1 for 2 with a single into left and a fly out to second. This is a sky-high fly to right. Looking back at it, and the catch is made. Throw will come to third base and cut off. Sacrifice fly by Steele. It is 7-2 Range Riders. Garner scores. Horning goes second to third. Tommy Rover now with 2 outs, has a runner on third. Colin Murphy on 95 pitches through his 3 2/3 innings of work. As Tommy Rover sees a called strike, count goes to 0-1. Another check back on the league scoreboard right now. It is in the top of the 5th. Ogden 9, Missoula 1. Missoula, bus ride everywhere. They bussed it down from Missoula to California. 2 long days to get down there. Played 6 games in California, heading down to Ogden. Now they're bussing back to Missoula. And honestly, the final stretch of that bus ride into Missoula, as Rover swings and misses, count goes to 1-2. Coming out of Hell's Gate Canyon there, or Hell's Roaring Canyon, whatever it is. Beautiful finish to that drive, but it's much more beautiful going to the west, into the mountains towards the Coeur d'Alene area, as Rover swings and fouls it off. Beautiful drive, probably a little bit less so today with the clouds, but you get to go over a couple passes. Go through beautiful Wallace, Idaho. Funky little town there. Eventually arrive at Coeur d'Alene. Called ball. Count goes to 2-2. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th inning. Horning on third. Instead, Missoula, it's an okay drive up from Ogden through the interstate, through Idaho Falls, where the Chuckers play. As this one a tapper back, goes to second, where Redahan fields and successfully throws to first base for out number 3. Range Riders tally 4 in the 4th, including a sac fly from Steele. Collins scores on the double from Carson Garner, as well as McLaughlin. And the Range Riders feeling pretty good, headed to the 5th, up by 5.
At Johns Manville, it's always been about people, the people who design the systems, the people who build them, and the people who depend on them to perform every day. That's why we approach commercial roofing with care, collaboration, and respect for what's at stake. Because every roof protects more than a building. It protects people, livelihoods, and peace of mind. That's the responsibility we stand behind. Johns Manville Commercial Roofing Systems.
Welcome back. Top of the fifth inning. Range Riders with a 7-2 lead over the Great Falls Voyagers. Vincent Semisferi, the number 9 batter, who hit a home run his last time up, steps to the plate. And Longshore fires the first pitch, missing inside, and the count goes to 1-0. We've seen runs scored in each of the last 4 half innings, 1 in the top of the third, 1 in the bottom of the third, 1 in the top of the fourth, and 4 in the bottom of the fourth. There's a called ball. The count goes to 2-0. Of course, talking about the drive west from Missoula that the Paddleheads will not get to take. That drive after Coeur d'Alene takes you through Spokane, Washington, home of the Bulldogs. Beautiful campus, cool town, Spokane. Part of lovely Eastern Washington. This one hit towards first, fielded by Millen. He'll tap the bag himself for out number 1. Quite a bit of fairly high pedigree universities, D1 schools in Eastern Washington, alongside Gonzaga. There's Washington State University, which of course had an upset win over Oregon State in the Eugene Regional earlier this weekend. And don't forget about Eastern Washington as well, which Montana fans know pretty well, whether you're a fan of the Grizz or the Cats. Big Sky foe, Eastern Washington, and up and down the last couple years, as this one to Millen over at first is easy, 2 gone. But that Eastern Washington football team has had some really good years, especially I remember growing up. That national championship in 2011, I believe. Redahan grounds out. Always good to see him get out if you're a Range Rider fan. Up steps Manacero, who reached on an error his last time on the slap glove play at first. 2 outs, top of the 5th inning. Here's a called ball. Count goes to 1-0. One ball, no strikes. And Manacero has to shoot out of the way. 2 balls and no strikes. Speaking of Washington State, they lost yesterday to Oregon 4-0. So that sets up a rematch between the Cougars and the Beavers in Eugene. In the Eugene Regional. You know, independent Oregon State versus Mountain West Washington State playing at the home of Big Ten Oregon. Ball 3. Count goes to 3-1 as the rain continues to pour down. 2 outs, top of the 5th inning, 5-run lead by the Glacier Range Riders. And it's ball 4. Manacero works a 2-out walk. Up comes Tommy Specht, who is 1 for 2, singled. Technically, it goes down as a single for Specht. The last one, which would have been a fielder's choice because Manacero got hit by it. But I think technically he does get credit for the single when there is a runner's interference. Swing and a miss by Specht. Count goes to 0-1. On Tommy Specht. Hometown for Specht, Dubuque, Iowa. College town of Aiden Elfring, Range Rider starting pitcher who pitched successfully to his first career win on Friday night. Specht went to Wahlert Catholic High School in Dubuque. Upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. Specht still a young guy on this team. Born in 2004. So later this year, he will turn 22. Drafted in the 6th round, as that's a pickoff over to first. That was a half-decent look. Drafted in the 6th round of the 2022 MLB Amateur Draft. And last year batted .306. Runners going. Throw into second. Overslide. Got him. And that's the danger of the slippery turf here at Glacier Bank Park. Manacero caught stealing to end the frame. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Range Riders up by 5.
Range Riders fans, Glacier Bank Park offers a variety of suites to accommodate groups of all sizes, from small gatherings to parties of up to 65 people. The balcony views and exclusive services create a premium experience for celebrations, reunions, and outings of all kinds. Enjoy the convenience and comfort of your private space, breathtaking Montana scenery, and high-level action on the field, while our dedicated hospitality team creates an unforgettable experience for you and your family, friends, or business associates.
Numbness and tingling in the hand can make you lose your grip. Hi, I'm Dr. Nate Fogel. I'm an orthopedic surgeon and hand specialist here at Logan Health. Repetitive actions can lead to a condition called carpal tunnel. Left untreated, these symptoms can interfere with your daily life. Our fellowship-trained hand surgeons offer patient-specific care to help you regain control. Here's to getting a grip on life.
Welcome to Magoo & Company, a third-generation family-owned business nestled in the heart of downtown Whitefish. We offer a dazzling array of diamonds, ethically sourced Montana sapphires, and captivating custom designs that capture the essence of Montana's natural beauty. From jewelry design and appraisals to cleaning, repairs, and gemologist consulting, your satisfaction is our priority. Experience the magic of Magoo & Company and discover the perfect piece to celebrate life's special moments.
It's the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Glacier Range Riders will see Julian Sauger to the plate. 8-9-1, Sauger, Collins, and McLaughlin to lead us off. JD will that will be his 4th trip up when he comes around later this inning. Wow. Sauger left the bases loaded his last time up. Would love to lead off this frame with his first pro hit. At some point, then you start thinking about it too much. And you don't want to get to that point for Sauger. 0-1 count, no outs. Pitch in. Of course, phenomenal batting average. Really good final season last spring at Shorter University down in Georgia. Same college as Jonathan Pintaro. Range Rider great. Fouled off. Count goes to 1-2 for Julian. Since we're delving into hometown geography, let's look up Trussville, Alabama. As the 1-2 pitch comes home. Called ball. Outside to Sauger. Trussville, Alabama, northwest of Birmingham. Not too far. And a half swing and a miss there by Sauger on a pitch to miss, low and away. And he's punched out, 1 gone in the 5th. And up comes Drew Collins, as that might be the ball game for Murphy, who came out on 101 pitches and took 5 pitches to get rid of Sauger. 106 pitches, and the final line for the starting pitcher for Great Falls. 4 1/3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 7 runs, 5 of them earned, 5 walks, and 4 strikeouts for Murphy. It was the error that he himself performed that made it so there was 2 runs against him. 2 extra runs, I guess, because Ashworth should have been out on that sacrifice bunt, and instead it was Collins able to come home on the error, which means Ashworth when he scored, and then when the 2-out sacrifice fly from Steele was hit, that should have been out number 3, and so Garner should have never got the opportunity to score. That's why there's 5 earned. As we see new pitcher come into the contest, the only lefty available out of the pen. It is Simon Murray stepping into the contest. Murray on the season has the highest ERA on this Great Falls Voyagers squad, 23.14 ERA in 2 1/3 innings pitched, 462 batting average against for Murray. And they're going to need him to eat up some innings, really, because I don't know who else they're calling out of the pen. Very limited options in terms of the health of this Great Falls bullpen. They've used a lot of pitchers over the past couple nights, and they're kind of at a point where they're running out of gas and they need guys to just get outs. Another check-in on the league scoreboard while the warm-ups are going on for Murray. Ogden still leading 9-1, Boise up 13-2. And Oakland has a 1-0 lead as they are celebrating their mascot, Scrappy. His birthday is today. Scrappy. And up comes Drew Collins to set up a lefty-lefty matchup. That's the reason why Murray comes in at this point. One out, bases empty, bottom of the 5th inning, and Murray steps out for his 3rd professional appearance. It's a called strike to get him going. A 1 count. 1 out. Ball up and away. Collins 1 for 2. Nearly squeaked out an infield single his first time up and singled into shallow center his last trip. Stole second and scored on the sacrifice bunt error that Kyle Ashworth dropped down. 1-1. Swing and a miss, and the bat goes flying. Where the closest to it is first base coach Jackson Murphy, who flips in the bat, and now we'll get to reapply some chalk or pine tar on there. Of course, that's when you get to this point in the game when you start wondering how much longer will we continue to go. Cold weather out there affects a little bit of the grip alongside of the rain that has continued to come down, and it feels like it has just ticked up a little bit in the past inning or so. 53 degrees right now on the thermometer. Plenty of fans weathering the storm on Family Fun Day. You can see them behind home plate. Let me go to that view. They're locked in. Called strike, and that was strike 3. Murray punches out Collins. And up comes J.D. McLaughlin with 2 outs here in the bottom of inning number 5. J.D. McLaughlin, 1 for 2. Single and a walk by J.D. Later scored on the double by Garner. Yeah, one goes all the way to the backstop. Rolling all the way back and right in front of J.D. Count goes to 1-0, where Simon Murray's in his World Cup attitude. Nice little side of the boot flick towards the Range Rider dugout. At Team USA friendly as they prepare for the World Cup. They lead 2-1 at halftime over Senegal. Ball 2 fired in from Murray to McLaughlin. 2-0 pitch, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Swung on by JD, sky high to center. And the right fielder comes a long way over to eventually make the grab. Probably should have been the center fielder, Temis Veri's ball over Speck, but we play on. It's to the 6th we go. Range Riders lead 7-2. Welcome back into the broadcast. Scott Gladstone with you. Alongside me is our in-stadium host, Lauren Hill, who's up in the nice warm press box. Of course, we talked yesterday. It's been kind of a drizzly weekend in general, but the fans showed up yesterday.
Yes, and they are here again today.
And they're here today, and you get to see your first Kids Run the Bases postgame.
I'm excited. It might be a little bit of a kid's slip and slide on the field. But,
no. I mean, the thing is, these guys got cleats on. I don't think many kids are coming strapped with cleats, as Connor Housley is the new pitcher into the contest, asking for maybe a new pitch comm, as he was not getting anything from his down there. Did you ever slip and slide, the true slip and slide as a kid?
Oh, of course, yeah.
I don't remember doing it that much. All I remember is, like, at least one time learning the lesson that you cannot put the slip and slide over rocks. Do you ever remember that? You ever happen for you?
No.
Because it's
always long grass.
Yes. I think at some point there was a rock under one, and oof, does not feel good.
I can imagine that would hurt.
Ball outside from Housley into Specht.
But, you know, the beauty of being a kid is that they don't care if they fall.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I'm telling you, Kids Run the Bases postgame here at Glacier Bank Park, it feels like kind of a different situation, obviously, but it's like shades of the stampede scene in Lion King as foul up. Obviously, Mufasa is not getting stampeded by the children.
Who's Mufasa in this?
Get out of the way, or you might be Mufasa. But 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs into Specht, who's 1 for 2.
It's every kid going down to the field and going, "Can I have a ball?"
Yes, yes. Well, yeah, they certainly get overwhelmed. It's a metaphorical stampeding that you could get.
Yes.
If you give out 1 broken bat and you're a player or something, because then you'll be hearing it from everybody.
Yeah. Really.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And there's another step off by Housley. This has gone to a clunky situation. Finally, our home plate umpire is just giving a ball to Housley. I don't know necessarily what's that is based off of. I think just the step off with nobody on. Count goes to 2-2 for Housley, who enters for Longshore. Swung on out to center. McLaughlin backpedaling. And the catch is made in front of the 406 side. One gone. Top of the 6th inning. Of course, Range Riders back at home once again next week, Tuesday through Sunday. Hopefully a little bit better weather in general taken up. I know Wednesday it looks to be sunny, 70s. It'll be great. And obviously Sunday, next Sunday, a week from today, is Toy Story Day. How excited are you for Toy Story Day, Lauren?
I'm excited. It's our first
big promotional day.
Yes.
Yep.
Specialty jersey.
Yep.
I'm very excited about that. Just in general, I mean, I think it's cool the fact that we even have the opportunity to have that and
Yep.
just Toy Story in general. And I have seen the jerseys, and they're
pretty fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
They're very fun, and I can't wait to sport it on Sunday.
1 ball, 1 strike. This one up the middle. Tommy Rover will field at second. The throw to first, scooped up well by Millen. It's a great play by Jake on the snag from Tommy. 2 outs, top of the 6th inning. Trey Cruz up on this 7-2 Range Rider lead. Do you have is Toy Story a defined part of your childhood, or was it kind of a movie you saw once and it is what it is? Like, how big is it? Maybe compare it to Cars, which we'll have Cars coming up. Like, which, in the power rankings between those two, what defines your childhood more?
Definitely Cars.
Okay.
Toy Story was more so my brother's.
Okay. Who's 4 years older than you said
4.5 years older.
Yep.
Yeah. That was more his thing. The whole Andy written on the bottom of the boot.
Yep.
He had all the little action figures, but Cars was more my thing. But if we're really talking about it, Peter Pan was my movie.
Okay.
As a
Interesting.
kid. Yeah.
Interesting. I feel like every kid has just one movie that is,
The
parents are just
hyperfixation.
used to, just replay it again. 1 ball, 1 strike.
What was yours?
Oh man, I didn't have one. It was ESPN. That's why I do what I do. It's actually when I wasn't playing a sport, I had ESPN on and watching Sports Center.
Okay.
Called strike, bottom of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. I mean, I watched some, like maybe Finding Nemo. I did like Finding Nemo a lot. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 6th inning, base is empty for Cruz. Housley trying to fire a shutout frame. There's a called ball challenge coming from Sauger. And it just missed inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. You mentioned Cars.
Yes.
And Peter Pan, for that matter. A kind of a theme park. I've been talking about guys' hometown. And I talked about Christian Pulisic as well from the U.S. national team. He's from Hershey, Pennsylvania, Hershey Park. It was a weird way to get there. There's a swing and a miss and a strikeout. But you'll get life's important question along this line when we come back in the bottom of the 6th inning as Housley works a 1-2-3 frame.
Glacier Bank Park is just so beautiful. The absolutely stunning views, the facility that we have, we're just very fortunate.
This is a place where people can gather throughout the community. The location of the park itself is centrally located within the valley, and as such, it keeps everybody coming from all the different municipalities throughout the valley, and really it's just a hub for the community to meet.
My favorite thing about coming to the ball field is seeing old friends, seeing the beautiful complex, and the staff, how friendly they are. They greet us with friendliness, and the seats are awesome.
We also get to connect with folks as far away as Boston that are here on vacation that actually want to come to a ballpark because I talk them into it because that's how special it is.
So we come to socialize. We love our group and we just have a really good time. Of course, we like watching the game too. And we like to win.
At Johns Manville, what we build starts with who we are. We are people champions, listening first, putting customers and teams at the center of every decision. We're driven by passion, always going the extra mile, always pushing ideas further. We perform, setting higher standards, delivering stronger results, and creating lasting value. And we protect our people, our customers, and the world around us, today and for generations to come.
Welcome back. It's the bottom of the 6th inning. Simon Murray out for another inning of work after just going 2/3 of a frame and getting 2 outs on 7 pitches. He will see Kyle Ashworth to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. So like I said, I was going through this weird roundabout way to get there. That's not important, but I've been talking about some theme parks. So this is not life's important question, but have you been to Disneyland and thus Radiator Springs? Because they have a Cars Land there.
I have only been to Disney World.
Disney World.
In Florida.
Yes, which makes more sense being from Atlanta.
Yes, I've actually never graced the state of California.
Wow. That's the home state of Kyle Ashworth, who's up at the plate right now. Okay, then have you been to all 4 parks in Disney World?
Yes.
What's your favorite?
Ooh.
That is life's important question. What is the top Disney World park?
Oh.
I've only been to 2 Disney World parks, and then I've been to both the Disneyland, because there's technically California Adventure and Disneyland proper. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swung on by Ashworth, foul ball. All four of them are called?
Yeah.
When was the last time you were there?
It was a Disney. I believe it was in high school.
Okay.
So
there's Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and
yes,
Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom, that's what I was reading. Personally, at the age that I'm at, I believe Epcot is really fun. If you have heard about the the thing that people like to do with all the different countries, you drink around the world. So that's a fun thing to do. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, that's kind of the most adult. Like people say that's kind of the best one to go to as an adult.
Yes, but also the last time I actually went, me and my parents ate just at, I think it was in Japan, in one of the countries they have, and they have phenomenal food. It's not like you would expect it to be, it's a theme park, so you kind of expect, theme park food, but we had sushi, and it was great. But I think every park in itself has its own, dare I say, magical aspect. The Magic Kingdom, as a kid, seeing Cinderella's castle. I literally have a story of me being, my mom, I don't remember this, but my mom likes to tell the story of me being 2 years old and being on my dad's shoulders. And the first time I saw Cinderella's castle, I just went, oh, can I touch it? Is it real? So I think that as a kid probably was my favorite. Animal Kingdom is awesome though, because you get to go on the safari and there's all the different animals, and the rides there are a lot of fun.
Called strikeout into Ashworth, 1 gone, bottom of the 6th. Up comes Carson Garner, who's 2 for 3 with a 2 RBI double his last time up.
Hollywood Studios, though, I have not been there in a while, and I know they've updated a lot of things. They have Avatar in there now.
No, that's Animal Kingdom. Avatar.
Shoot, is it?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, but you haven't seen that. You haven't seen.
No, I haven't.
Oh,
I know they have Avatar. I know they have in one of them they have a Star Wars exhibit. I have not seen that one.
Yep, that's in Hollywood Studios and Toy Story Land. To tie it back to the Range Riders next Sunday, 1 week from today, having Toy Story Day at the ballpark. That is in Hollywood Studios. This count goes to 0-2.
I have a killer memory as a kid, though, of the Jurassic Park ride.
Okay. When
you go down the slide, or the end, basically, and it's a T-Rex basically eating you. I will never go on that ride again. It's embedded trauma in my head as an 8-year-old. I just can't. They don't warn you about the big dinosaur.
Well, that would ruin the surprise, right?
Magic.
That's the whole point. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, bottom of the 6th inning. I only went to Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom, like I said. And out of those two, I liked Animal Kingdom more because the new Pandora land for Avatar, as Carson Garner whips this one into center, but it's right at the center fielder, Temisveri, 2 gone. Pretty cool.
It's probably beautiful.
Yeah, it, like
those movies are awesome.
The floating like islands in the sky, you know, that they have in Pandora. They've somehow found a way to make it work in real life, and it does feel the most suspended from reality that you'll ever feel when you're in that area, which is cool. And then the it's called Flight of Passage. It's a very cool ride. Called strike, count goes to 0-1. Up comes Carson Hornung. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th inning, 0-1 count.
So did you participate in the Tower of Terror when you went to Hollywood Studios?
Of course I did.
How did you feel about that?
I'm okay with drop rides. I know I have
a
line. Oh, well, let's make one thing clear. I do not deal with lines.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to get whatever line skipper option, anything like that. Because I can't do a line. That's like one of my weird pet peeves. Is I'm very anti-line, which like is everybody's annoyed by a line, but I'd rather not go than stand in a line too long.
No, I get it. Standing in a line for 2 hours for a 1 minute, maybe 1 minute ride or less than that it's nerve-wracking.
Yes.
It's like, is this really worth it?
Yeah, and they do find a way to really cloak the length of the line. That's something Disneyland and Disney World are really good at. Called strike 3. Lauren, thanks for talking a little theme park magic with us and joining us in the booth.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Range Riders lead 7-2 as we head to the 7th.
When injuries occur, it can feel like your goals are out of reach. I'm Dr. Karen Purser, an orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist at Logan Health. If you injure a joint, muscle, or bone, our orthopedics and sports medicine specialists are here to help. Our highly specialized surgeons, clinicians, and physical therapists offer innovative treatments and the latest minimally invasive procedures to help you recover and return to activity faster and stronger so that you can reach your goal.
Welcome back. Top of the 7th inning here. The Glacier Range Riders with a 5-run lead right now over the Great Falls Voyagers. 6, 7, and 8 due up against Connor Housley, Barranca, Swenda, and Schmack here in the top of inning number 7. Solo shot for Antonio Barranca the last time up. That is the last run scored by Great Falls as he's take all the way from Connor Housley, and he watches it smack the strike zone at 93 miles per hour. Housley, 4th best ERA on the team with a 3.38 clip. 1 ball and 1 strike now. 4th appearance for Housley, just 1 earned run against him. He's gotten himself out of some jams, as that one misses as well on the slider. 2 balls and 1 strike from Housley. Connor out of Tyrone, Georgia. Time called by Barranca. As this one hit to right field and nabbed out of the air by Ashworth, there is 1 gone. Up comes Anthony Swenda. He's 0 for 2. Strikeout and a ground out for Swenda. First pitch, a ball inside. 1 ball, no strikes. On Swenda. Originally from Bridgeport, Pennsylvania. Swenda called strike on a pitch that was about a ball or two outside the zone there. And it's ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Blew it by him. Swenda. Bridgeport is essentially a suburb of Philadelphia, near King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. As the tapper goes foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the 7th inning. Range Riders looking for win number 9 on the young season here. Ball 3 just outside. Ooh, that one just missed the upper outside corner. Kyle Schmack waits on deck. 3-2. It is called ball 4, missing down low and away. Swenda works a walk to get himself aboard. Former Tennessee Volunteer. Is Connor Housley. Up comes Kyle Schmack. Feel the wind ripping a little bit out there, touching our crowd mic. A little bit chilly, that wind. Another pitch misses. 2 balls and no strikes. Schmack 0 for 2 on the day. Strikeout and a pop out. He's batting 156 this season, Kyle Schmack is. Pick off over to first. Did not get him. Range Riders cannot go back into first place today as Schmack sends this sky-high foul. But if they win this contest, they will be a half game back of first place as Billings will have 1 unplayed game. With Idaho Falls. 2-1. 3 balls and 1 strike now. Billings next week will play at Great Falls for 3 games before hosting the Boise Hawks. It's ball 4 and a walk issued to Schmack, and some trouble may be brewing here as Housley tries to stay warm and stay dry on the bump, neither of which are easy in these conditions. 53 degrees, drizzly. And 2 solo shots against Zach Longshore, the lone difference right now, but one of them hit by this man, Vincent Temesveri. If the Voyagers are going to get back into this one, Temesveri, this at-bat could certainly help decide it. Aiden Redahan waits on deck, and if he has options in front of him, then strap up. Popped it up. Millen looking up at it, and just out of his reach. That one in perfect weather conditions, maybe somebody's able to make a play on it. Instead, Millen just gets his pants wet. Ballers have just taken a 3-0 lead over the Red Pocket Mobiles. They're going for the 3-game sweep. Mobiles play 6 at Long Beach next week. There's a called strike. Count goes to 0-2. Range Riders and the Voyagers each have 1 challenge remaining. The 0-2, 1-out pitch into Vincent Temesferi. Foul scrape. We stay 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Once again, it is called a ball. Framed well by Sauger, fooled me. Man, we got some awesome fans here. They're out there sticking it through. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the 7th. Another foul ball by Temesferi. They are not making it easy. Temesferi now on Housley, who has fired a couple walks and is in some trouble. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A clean double play, though, sends us to the 7th inning stretch. And this one will head out to left center field and be down in front of McLaughlin. 1 run will come across. It's a 7-3 contest. Swenda scores from second base. 7-3, Aiden Redahan. Dangerous bat coming up to the plate. One out, top 7. First pitch. Called a strike. Bottom of the zone into Redahan. Count goes to 0-1. Tying run technically on deck as that one misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 7-3 Range Rider lead. One. Fouled off. 1-2. Leadoff fly out by Barranca before 2 walks and a single have pushed 1 run across and put 2 on for Aiden Redahan. As Housley, the Georgia native, tries to get out the top batting average on this Great Falls squad. Time called by Redahan, who wants Housley to wait a little bit longer on the bump. One ball, 2 strike pitch. Downstairs, good block by Sauger. Count goes to 2-2 in the 7-3 Range Rider lead. Two ball, 2 strike pitch. Swung on, sky high fly to left. Drew Collins working over. And he's able to make the grab. Right near the line, and that's a big second out of the inning as Aiden Redahan flies out to left. Now Manacero at the clutch 3 RBI hit last night steps up with a runner on first and a runner on second. 7-3 contest, touchdown to a field goal. If you're talking football terms. The 0-0. Call the ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Housley would certainly take a 1 run against inning to get out of this jam. Called strike. Count goes to 1-1. "14 pitches in the first inning, 1-2-3 frame of work for Housley. He's thrown 30 after he fires the next one. Double steal coming. Throw into second. And not in time. Now 2 in scoring position as Schmack and Temesveri pull off the double steal. Pitch was a ball downstairs. Double steal from Schmack and Temesveri. 2 in scoring position for Manacero. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out, pitch home. It's a called strike. 2-2 we go. All 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning here. Big payoff pitch from Housley to Manacero. It's ball 4 and a walk, and the bases are loaded for Tommy Speck. Tying run comes to the plate here in the 7th. Tommy Speck 1 for 3. He has an infield single to second, technically, as that one misses down low. One ball, no strikes. 2 outs. Schmack on third, Temesveri on second, Manacero on first, as that one's just over the head of Jake Millen. 1 across, 2 across, and it will be 3 as Speck turns into third. It is safe at third. A 3 RBI triple, and it's 7-6, just like that. That one a hair over the head of Jake Millen at first base. And the triple has broke this game back to nearly square here. A 7-6 scoreline with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. And that'll be the day for Connor Housley. Ethan Ott will be the man to come to the plate as we check in on the league scoreboard. This game has become a game again. What is not a game is whatever's happening down in Ogden. The Raptors finally getting the better of the Paddleheads. 16-1 the scoreline there. Boise leads Modesto 15-2. And Oakland still up just 3-0 on the Red Pocket Mobiles. Alex Bustamante into the contest. Alex Bustamante, originally from Tucson, Arizona. Played originally at the University of Incarnate Word before his final collegiate season at New Mexico State in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Played 28 games and had 50 strikeouts in less than 35 innings for New Mexico State. That was enough to get picked up undrafted by the New York Yankees, where from 2022 to 2025 this spring he pitched in the Yankees organization. And after 6 appearances this spring for the Tampa Tarpons, he was released, and the Range Riders, actually that was last spring, excuse me, he was released, and York picked him up last year where he made 17 appearances. And now the Range Riders signed him for this 2026 campaign. Bustamante will inherit the tying run on third. A very clutch opportunity for Bustamante. See if he can deal with Ethan Ott, who is 1 for 3 with a single to center. The Arizona native, Tucson kid, going to pitch in this cold weather and see if he can knock one batter down and strand the tying run on third here in the top of the 7th, as the Voyagers have struck for 4 already in this frame. Swing and a miss by Ott, who wanted to give the lead to Great Falls on that swing. He put a healthy cut through the baseball. There's a ball downstairs. 7-6 score line here. As there's a swing and a miss, and the count goes to 1-2. Bustamante just trying to get out of the frame. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Bustamante into Ethan Ott. Fired home by Busta. Skips in the dirt. Sauger, a very crucial block behind the plate. We'll do 2 balls and 2 strikes into Ott with 2 outs. Bluff the bat. Did he go? No. 3 balls and 2 strikes. We go. Trey Cruz waits on deck. Dangerous left-handed bat with a lot of power in it. Ott versus Bustamante, a 3-ball, 2-strike, 2-out pitch. And it is ball 4. Ott walks. Sauger comes out to make a few calls as Trey Cruz 0 for 3, 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Now the most pivotal at-bat of this game is in his hands. First pitch, that one misses. Got up 1-2 in the count, did Bustamante, before losing him. Referring to Ott. And now he's behind 1-0 with Ott on first base. And that one nowhere near in the dirt. Another block by Sauger to keep Specht from running home. 7-6 Range Rider lead here in the top of the 7th inning. Bustamante tries to get one more out this frame. And this is a tapper over to first. Going to be kind of an awkward play. Millen grabs it, and the tag is applied to Cruz. Cruz knocked to the floor on that one. Millen, I don't think, intended to get Cruz to spill, but it was a tag that needed to be made, and Millen was going to the end of the world to try and do it. Bustamante gets out of the jam with no more damage done, but it's already 4 across for the Voyagers. We got a ball game at 7-6 as we head to stretch. Welcome back. It's Jake Millen to lead us off here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Ryan Cullinane, the new pitcher, into the contest after a couple good innings from Murray there. Cullinane now enters with a 13.5 ERA, his 4th appearance. Final line for Murray in 1 2/3 innings, as that one goes all the way to the backstop. 1 2/3 innings pitched, no runs, no hits, and 3 strikeouts. That is a very good performance, especially considering his 23.14 ERA coming in. Millen stepping up, 1 for 2 is Millen. Called strike. Count goes to 1-1. Cullinane, product out of the University of Science and Arts, Oklahoma, an NAIA school. Originally from Aliso Viejo, California. Another pitch that goes to the backstop that Barranca is uninterested in grabbing. 4-run rally in the top of the 7th inning by the Voyagers. Two balls, 1 strike. Upstairs. 3-1. And it's a 5-pitch walk to Jake Millen, who made a good play at the end of the last inning. Up comes Jacob Steele. 1 for 2 Steele. Sacrifice fly his last time up. First pitch is a called strike. It really wasn't, but called strike nonetheless. 0-1 count. Missed about a ball high. Pickoff attempt over to first. Range Riders all time on Sundays. 29 wins and 25 losses. Last year they were 6-9 on Sundays, but 2 years prior to that, winning record on Sundays, including 2024, where the Range Riders were 11-5 in Sunday clashes. Range Riders are undefeated on 4 days of the week. And I guess 5 if you include Monday. As we see a conversation happening with Sean Repay, who's coming out to chat with Cullinane. Range Riders 2-0 on Tuesdays, 2-0 on Wednesdays, 2-0 on Fridays, 1-0 on Sundays. Those are the 4 days they've played that they're undefeated. And Mondays, of course, where there are no scheduled games this year, they are undefeated as well. 0 wins and 0 losses. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Bottom of the 7th inning. Jake Millen at the plate, as that was them going out there to check on if he was okay, because the trainer came out with Sean Repay. This is a squad that has piled up some injuries here in Glacier. And we'll be looking for some bullpen arms. I mentioned the Ogden call for some arms. Certainly, there's probably some call for the Great Falls arms as well. Considering the injuries, Serwinski, notably on Friday night, exited the game early. Late swing by Steele. Foul ball keeps it at 1-2. Range Riders are getting short-handed in arms in the correct way, the right way, the way you want to. My guys getting signed out. 3 starting pitchers signed in preseason camp. As there's another foul scrape, and I'm sure some of the starting rotation arms, I mean, you take a look at the starts we've seen. Everybody in the starting rotation has turned in a good start for Glacier. Giblin, Langston, Longshore. He had a great start today. Covey and Elfring all got to at least perk the antennas a little bit of MLB scouts. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a foul scrape into the glove of Barranco. 1 gone in the bottom of the 7th. Tommy Rover to the dish. Range Riders a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 7-6 the scoreline. As you see a look back at that punch out. Doesn't need the hat. Cullinane. First pitch, and Tommy Rover is a ball, and a challenge will come. And it's overturned to a strike on that one. Count goes to 0-1. The United States in their first international friendly preparing for the World Cup. They outlast Senegal 3-2. The final score, U.S. men's national team beats Senegal. And that one hit the foot of Tommy Rover, who will have a free pass to first. Julian Sauger now stepping up. And scratch that, it's a pinch hitter. Probably a designated pinch hitter, Logan Beard to the plate. Day off in the field for Beard. Gets about 1 day off a week, but a reliable guy to have come off the bench for you right now. Beard, a .333 batting average, tied for 3rd on the team coming in, behind Drew Collins and Donovan Ratfield. One out, bottom of the 7th inning. Runners on 1st and 2nd for Logan Beard, and he sees a called strike. Home plate umpire is certainly expanding that strike zone north. As the count goes to 0-1 on a pitch that was above the zone, truly. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on by Beard down the left field line. It is a fair ball. Off the wall in left field. Rover scooters into 3rd, and scoring from 2nd is Jake Millen. The Range Riders take an 8-6 lead thanks to the clutch pinch hit double by Logan Beard. And up comes Drew Collins. Two in scoring position, so the danger is not done. Warm-ups going on in the pen, and Sean Ripe at the last moment will come out of the dugout and bring the day to a close for Ryan Cullinane. This is a sloppy early season game when referring to weather, but you never know when one game is going to make the difference in a playoff spot or not, and this is a Great Falls squad that has not made the playoffs in the independent era. They have struggled since going independent, and after being affiliated with the White Sox for so long and seeing some really good players come through their doors, with the headliner, of course, being Yamir Sepulveda will step in. Yeah, this is just a squad kind of looking to find their footing. And I'll tell you what, they got a dedicated fan base. They got a long-standing fan base. They were founded in 1969, these Voyagers. And originally affiliated with the Giants, then the Dodgers. That's when Pedro came through their doors. And then with the White Sox from 2003 to 2020, when the league as a whole was de-affiliated. Last division title they won, which division titles are no more, but it was their last playoff spot in general, was 2018. And they ended up winning the PBL that year. They also have 3 other championships in the 21st century, 2011, 2008, and 2002. The Voyagers won the PBL. It was 2008 in which they changed their name to the Voyagers, which refers to the UFO incident in 1950 when a guy named Nick Mariana, who was then the general manager of the Great Falls Electrics, which was the minor league baseball team that was in Great Falls at the time. He saw 2 spinning objects at the stadium and recorded 16 seconds of footage of those UFOs. And that's how they got their name when they changed it. They were before just known as whatever their parent club was, the Great Falls White Sox, Great Falls Dodgers, Great Falls Giants, and then they became the Voyagers. First pitch, a called strike from Yamir Sepulveda into Drew Collins, who's 1 for 3 with a single into center. Later, a run scored after that single. The 0-1 pitch from the 30-year-old, reviving his career. I mentioned, man, first time since 2018. Well, you know, the last time a title was won by the Voyagers was 2018 in the affiliated era. And that's essentially the last time baseball was played, as this one out to left field, backing the fielder up and eventually to the track. The catch is made. Both guys will tag up. Tommy Rover scores on the sacrifice fly by Drew Collins. It is 9-6 Range Riders. Manacero makes the catch out there. And now J.D. McLaughlin will have an opportunity. 3-run lead. The Range Riders again fight back the 4-run top of the 7th. They at least get something here after Bustamante got out of the jam. Nobody warming up, so it should be Bustamante in the 8th, and I would bet house money that it's Jack Maruskin in the 9th, almost no matter the situation, unless it's somehow blown wide open and the Range Riders have a lofty lead at that point. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, as McLaughlin sees that one near his face. Count goes to 2-0. So the last Pioneer League championship for the Voyagers and playoff appearance was 2018, and that was essentially the last time that Sepulveda played competitive baseball, when he was in the AAA Mexican League with Union Laguna. This one hit towards third, fielded by Swenda. Throw across the diamond is a 1-hopper to Ott for out number 3. Range Riders score 2 off the Beard double and the Collins sacrifice fly. We head to the 8th inning. Range Riders up by 3.
Numbness and tingling in the hand can make you lose your grip. Hi, I'm Dr. Nate Fogel. I'm an orthopedic surgeon and hand specialist here at Logan Health. Repetitive actions can lead to a condition called carpal tunnel. Left untreated, these symptoms can interfere with your daily life. Our fellowship-trained hand surgeons offer patient-specific care to help you regain control. Here's to getting a grip on life.
Welcome to Magoo & Company, a third-generation family-owned business nestled in the heart of downtown Whitefish. We offer a dazzling array of diamonds, ethically sourced Montana sapphires, and captivating custom designs that capture the essence of Montana's natural beauty. From jewelry design and appraisals to cleaning, repairs, and gemologist consulting, your satisfaction is our priority. Experience the magic of Magoo & Company and discover the perfect piece to celebrate life's special moments.
Welcome back in. Alex Bustamante to the bump for his first full inning of work. He faces off against 6, 7, and 8 in this half inning. Barranca, Swenda, and Schmack. See if there are more twists in store for us in the Flathead Valley here on this rainy Sunday afternoon. Almost hits Barranca, does Bustamante. Left-hander Jacob Hasty getting going in the bullpen just in case they need him, it seems. Jack Moruskin, Davis Pratt, and Hasty probably all available after all not appearing last night. 1-0. And that one hits Barranca. Barranca wears it in the ribcage from Bustamante. Take a look back at it. Ooh, that one does not feel good. And the trainer will come out and check on him. These squads have played a lot of baseball against each other over the past 2 weeks. The 9th game played. They'll only play 6 more times the rest of the season, and that'll all happen essentially in the next month. Range Riders have 2 more three-game trips to Great Falls. One ball, no strike. Pitch into Swenda, and that almost hits him. Swenda. Last time up, he walked. Barranca's running, throwing to second, and Barranca knows how slippery he can get on this field. And so he does not overslide the bag, as we saw Menacero do earlier. There's a called strike. Count goes to 2-1 on Swenda. 0 for 2, other than that walk, a strikeout and a ground out. Schmack and Temesveri coming up. Got to think that if we get to Redahan at the top of the lineup, that'll probably be Jacob Hasty time. There's a called strike in the bottom of the zone. 1 challenge remaining for either side right now. They've each gotten 1 unsuccessful. The more recent one by the Voyagers was successful. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, top of the 8th. Pitch misses inside, 3-2. It's funny, with the new ABS challenge system, one of the worries I think with it from the league was that there'd be a ton of challenges and it would really extend the game, as there's a time called by Swenda. And instead, I feel like there's less challenges now than the 6 that was allotted to teams originally, because teams were given 3 misses then, technically. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That pitch misses inside, and Bustamante has pitched himself into some trouble. The walks. Well, hit by pitch last inning, too. And that's the same thing that stung the Range Riders in the last half inning. And really, in this league, you can always get away with allowing some hits, for the most part. But walks compound things very quickly, as Tommy Specht, of course, hit the triple to score 3 runs last inning, and then he was knocked home on... Actually, he was stranded at third. But he got that triple, and it was 3 walks that scored last half inning. Up comes Kyle Schmack, who's 0 for 2. He walked his last time up, and that was probably the biggest problem, is that you take Swenda, who's hitting 242, and Schmack, who's hitting 156, and you give them free passes, you are asking for trouble. 9-6 scoreline, and Schmack is the tying run at the plate. We're going to have a good finish here as Schmack squares to bunt. hit down the third base line. It is foul. I get doing this here with Schmack, but I don't know. I don't want to. If I'm Sean Repe, I don't want to give him an out right now because Bustamante has shown a little bit of wildness here in the top of the 8th inning. And Schmack, likely coach's son, fundamentally sound, will square to bunt again. He pulls that one back. Sauger makes a good grab on it. If there's a wild pitch and the runners advance, then that just takes the sacrifice bunt necessity off the table. 1 ball, 1 strike. Is Hasty still getting warm in the pen? The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Okay, so no sacrifice bunt after the swing and a miss and 2 strikes. Maybe trying to catch him off guard, but anything but was Bustamante, who fired that one 91 above the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and a 4-pitch strikeout by Schmack, who releases an expletive on his way back to the dugout. 1 out, top of the 8th inning. Up comes Temesvari. See this one offered pretty much middle. To the tune of a swing and a miss. That one gets a swing and a miss as well after a 92-mile-per-hour strikeout in the middle of the zone. Busto slows it down to an 84-mile-per-hour pitch low and away. 0-1 count to Temesvari. Call the ball. 1-1. Temesvari's batted great out of the second leadoff spot. Home run and a single today, 2 for 3. The 1-1. Popped it up. Down the right field line. Is there enough time to get to it? No, and it would have been impossible unless Jake Millen's arms were about 3 feet longer and he could have stretched over that barrier. The rocks area, by the way, not a kid in sight. And the guy who's going to receive that is a bullpen player for the Voyagers as the kids do start to herd their way over there. And we'll see what the Voyager player ended up doing, as that is called. Strike 3, challenge coming from Temesvari. And it is overturned. Temesvari, a good challenge on that one to stay alive in the count right now. Strategically, in general, if it's close, it's a good challenge because you realize with your squad down to just 5 outs in this contest, you do not want to give them a free out. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Can Temesvari make do? On that one, he'll watch it go low. Count goes to 3-2. A ball would load the bases for the best batter on this Great Falls roster, Aiden Redahan. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Barranca on second, Swenda on first. The pitch home to Temesvari. Hit on the ground, back to Bustamante. He throws to Rover, to first. It is dug up by Millen. A 1-4-3 double play. Bustamante out of the jam, and the Range Riders have a 3-run lead as we head to the bottom of the 8th. One more look back at Bustamante. Grabbing it, firing to second, and Rover just needed to get it to Millen. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It is the bottom of the 8th inning. Range Riders have 2, 3, and 4 due up against Sepulveda. Kyle Ashworth 0 for 2 today. Does have a sacrifice bunt that he put down where he reached via the error from the pitcher. Blowouts across the league today. We got the closest game as it's 17-6 Ogden leading Missoula, 16-2 Boise leading Modesto, and 7-0 Oakland leading the Red Pocket Mobiles. First pitch, a called ball. Sepulveda trying to just keep this one close and give his team an opportunity in the 9th. Nobody warming up in the pen right now. We'll see if we see somebody stand there or if it's Bustamante elected in the final frame. Bustamante got himself into some trouble, but found a way to get out of it thanks to the tapper that went right back to him, turned around, and a throw that sometimes is made to look so hard from pitchers, throwing a second. The most difficult part is just slowing yourself down enough to put one over second base and not put a bullet towards where the second baseman is running from and sky it into center field. It was a called strike, and that's exactly what he did, especially when that ball got to him so quickly. Just turn around, concentrate on floating it over the bag, and that's what he did. Rover's job was to get it quickly to first, and he did that. 2-2 pitch into Ashworth. Hit on the ground towards short where Cruz scoops it up and throws it in the dirt. That's a tricky one for your first baseman to handle, but Ott does well on it, and there is one gone. Carson Garner, good game today for Garner, 2 for 4. Back at that spike over at first. Oof. You can see from that center field camera when we're zoomed in, as there's a ball into Garner, how rainy it is out there. This is not an easy game to play in, ladies and gentlemen, and pretty much everywhere else in the Pioneer League there is not a game being played right now, but we got great turf field here, great drainage, and it looks like it'll be Jacob Hasty, the man to come out and pitch in the 9th inning, partially because there is 2 lefties due up, Redahan, Manacero, and Specht in the top of the 9th inning. Redahan and Specht both good lefties, as this one over to left field, and the grab is made. That's another loud line out from Garner, who batting average right now, 268. It'll go up slightly after this game, but I think you're seeing some good confident swings from Garner, who has just put it right to the defense a couple times. A line out to center his last time up, and a line out to left this time. Carson Hornung. First pitch upstairs. Count goes to 1-0. Sepulveda in the contest, 12-6 ERA. This bullpen effort has been halfway decent from Great Falls, especially considering how shorthanded they are. There's a called strike into Hornung. Jake Millen on deck if we get there. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning. Range Riders with a 3-run lead. So Paul upstairs, 2-1. Next half inning, you feel like the entire mood of the inning is going to be set from that matchup with Hasty versus Redahan. Called strike. It's 2-2 on Hornung. A very good left-handed pitcher in Hasty versus a very good bat in Aiden Redahan, whose great game yesterday pushed him to 500 batting average. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs into Carson Hornung from Sepulveda, as this one carries to second base, where the aforementioned Redahan will fire it to first. He'll lead off the 9th in a 3-run game here in the Flathead Valley. Don't touch that dial. Exciting conclusion coming up from Glacier Bank Park. Welcome back in. It is Jacob Hasty, the man on the bump to try and finish this one off. Hasty will face off against Redahan, Manacero, and Specht here in the top of the 9th inning. Good chance to remind you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Krone Pro Seal, proudly serving the Flathead Valley with expert asphalt seal coating and quality workmanship since 1988. Learn more at KroneProSeal.com. 9-6 Range Rider lead as Hasty onto the bump. First pitch into Redahan, misses low and away. Texas native Hasty by way of Keller, Texas. Second year as the Range Rider relief pitcher. Set a team record for ERA last season, franchise record. Low and away, 2-0. Redahan can't give him anything easy to hit, but certainly don't want to allow his speed on the base paths and don't want to lead off a save opportunity with a walk. The 2-0 pitch. It's 3-0. None of these have been particularly close from Hasty. Just in case things get hairy, a warm-up did start immediately in the pen. 3-0 pitch. It's ball 4, and that is not the way to start the top of the 9th inning. Up steps Anthony Manacero. Reached on an error and 2 walks. The walks have piled up in the late going for the Range Rider pitching staff. That was the 7th walk issued. There's also been a hit by pitch, so 8 free passes compared to just 6 strikeouts. As a ball makes it 5 pitches, 5 balls thrown by Hasty. On the other side, there's been 7 free passes, 6 walks, and a hit by pitch to 8 strikeouts from the Voyagers. And a called ball. Two balls, no strikes, 1 challenge remaining for each side as Redahan on first. And it's 3-0. Hasty flings the ball away. Got to find the strike zone, because if you don't, you bring the tying run to the plate with nobody out. Range Riders have survived a couple 9th inning scares in this series. But on the series finale, this one might be the scariest, the 3-0. And finally, floats it over the plate. Slows it down a little bit to 88 miles per hour, Hasty. Manacero, if it wasn't take all the way, might have teed off on it. 3 balls, 1 strike. And it's ball 4. And the tying run comes to the plate, ladies and gentlemen, just like that. The Range Riders will not play an uncompetitive game here this week. We'll keep it close for you. Strap up, ladies and gentlemen. Tommy Specht has to face Jacob Hasty due to the 3-batter minimum rule. And he got a powerful left-handed bat stepping up. And last time up, he broke this game right back to nearly a deadlock with a 3 RBI triple down the right field line. That was with 2 outs. Now, Specht steps up. 2 for 4 on the day with 2 flyouts, 1 to center, 1 to left, as well as a single and that triple. 2 walks have put 2 on for Tommy Specht. 9-6 Range Rider lead here in the 9th, and the former Rangers farmhand prepares to receive from the kid from the Dallas area. Ball downstairs. It's 1-0. Believe it's Jack Maruskin warming up in the pen for the Range Riders. That one's a called ball. Missing below the zone once again as Hasty still trying to dial it in. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs, top of the 9th inning. 2-0 pitch into Specht. Runner is going to third. Sauger could care less. And probably just the upsetting thing if you're Sean Repe and the Voyagers, is you didn't get Manicero on the same page. He stayed put at first. Now a double play ball still in effect. 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Pitch into Specht as there's a pickoff over to first, just in case Manicero did want to try and close up the second end of that possible double steal. A very delayed double steal if he steals 1 pitch later. 2 balls, 1 strike. Foul ball. Count goes to 2-2. I believe that was the first swing of the inning by the Voyagers. And it comes on the 13th pitch of the frame. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Runners on the corners. Hasty once again, the pickoff thrown to Millen. That's the second pickoff allowed by Hasty. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, top of the 9th. Manicero on first. If there's another pickoff, and as he's running, bluff of the bat, count goes to 3-2. They asked if he went. He did not. Count goes to 3-2 on Tommy Specht, and Manicero seals second. Full count pitch. Swing and a miss. A much-needed strikeout for the Range Rider southpaw. Todd Pratt out of the dugout now, as it will be Jack Maruskin to take over. His final pitch was a very wild one, so take that for how you will. So rolls all the way to the on-deck circle, and Ethan Ott, who's about to face him. You see that slider just gnarly, low and away to entice the swing and a miss out of Specht, who is probably the most dangerous batter that is slated up other than Redahan, who obviously is already on third, and it would take quite a bit for him to come back up. So you get rid of Specht, but now Maruskin has to deal with Ott and possibly Cruz. Probably Cruz, let's be honest. Unless we have some sort of double play. Maruskin has had some adventurous appearances on the bump, but in his 4 appearances, 4 innings pitched, and 3 of them, he has been able to get a save. Some wildness, 2 hit by pitches, and 3 walks. But he has the highest ERA on the team, which is, or lowest, I guess, the best. 0.00, as low as it gets. Maruskin versus Ott, who is 1 for 3 today. Ott has a single and a walk, a ground out and a strikeout as well. Ott, 4th best batting average on the team, batting .350. 2 home runs, tied for the team lead, and 8 RBIs. Slugging percentage around .600 for the first baseman who finished up his career at New Mexico, Ott, where he hit a ton of bombs for the Lobos. Originally from Chesapeake, Virginia, Ethan Ott. Turquoise batting gloves, black jersey, gray pants, steps into the right-handed batter's box to receive from Jack Maruskin with the white pants and camo jersey, black hat on this first Sunday of the 2026 season here at Glacier Bank Park. First pitch into Ott. Up and over his head and to the backstop. The run will score on a wild pitch. And we have a 2-run game with the runner on third now. That one, if it would have been a tad lower, 1, it might have been caught. 2, it would have hit off the boundary or the barricade wall, you know, and the padding, and it probably would have brought it pretty close back to Sauger. And Redahan might have not even tried it. Instead, it hit the netting and it just stayed there. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, and on. This one delivered as a strike. Count goes to 1-1. Voyagers have about a 4-hour bus ride sitting on the other side of this 9th inning. And they're trying to figure out what is the mood of that trip back home. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, top of the 9th inning. Maruskin into Ott. Fouled it off. Count goes to 1-2. 1 out here, runner on third. 9-7 game. The Range Riders, who have been outscored in this series by Great Falls, are going for the series victory thanks to a 1-run, a 2-run, and a 3-run victory. This one also by the slimmest of margins, just a 2-run edge in the tying run at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out pitch from Maruskin into Ott. It is called strike 3, and Ott will use his squad's final challenge. Ott punched out looking, and Great Falls is out of challenges. As you look back at the punch-out pitch by Maruskin, 83 miles per hour, perfectly placed on the outer cut of the plate. Don't disagree with Ott challenging. As we see a pinch hitter here, it is Will Rogers stepping into the contest. They take Trey Cruz out, who's 0 for 4, and did stumble to the ground on the tag placed by Millen last time, so maybe an injury concern or just a matchup concern as Will Rogers sees this one skip in the dirt. Count goes to 1-0. Hopefully Cruz is okay. There is no more room for injuries for this Great Falls squad. I would just assume Cruz would step up because of the lefty nature of his bat against the righty Maruskin, but instead it's Rogers. The 1-0, 2-out pitch in to Will Rogers. A called strike and a challenge coming. There is no challenges remaining, says our home plate umpire. And that's one they would have won, truly. But, you know, if you get unlimited challenges, then you probably challenge everything that gets called. And at some point you got to run out. They already ran out. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the 9th inning. 9-7 game. Range Riders lead. Maruskin, a deep breath and a fire home. Fouled off, and the Range Riders have the Voyagers down to their last strike. Range Riders this season 6-2 against Great Falls. 1 strike away from taking this 6-game series, winning their 60th game ever against the Voyagers, and coming out victorious on their 401st game in franchise history. The 1-2, 2-out pitch into Will Rogers from Jack Maruskin. A deep breath and a nod, and he kicks and fires. Called strike 3. Range Riders win. A rainy 9 innings in the Flathead Valley, and it was certainly a roller coaster as my diatribes to theme parks around the nation rippled into the game. That one splashes the outside edge, and the Range Riders take their opening home series of 2026 halfway through a 12-game homestand, and the Range Riders feeling pretty good after being able to emerge victorious in this one. We will have a post-game interview for you. Lauren Hill will be down on the field with Carson Garner, who is a big part of the Range Rider victory today, and in front of some very faithful fans sticking through the rain for this one. We will shoot it down to Lauren Hill. Carson Garner, a big 2 RBI double earlier in this contest. That was part of the reason for the Range Rider victory over the Voyagers here. 9-7, the final score, as Great Falls just comes up short to the Range Riders.
With your third baseman, Carson Garner, you scored 2 runs today and had an insurance 2 RBI double in the 4th. What's the mindset like on a day like this? How do you keep the morale up?
Well, it starts with just toughness, and you gotta come into it, being the tougher team. That the weather and the factors aren't going to affect you, and when you can do that, you can pretty much beat anybody.
Does your walk-up song have anything to do with the boost of morale there?
Maybe. I every time I heard it, I was thinking about the weather today, and I was like, all right, well, I got sunshine, I guess. So
there you go. As a returner, what has it been like being a part of this record-setting team with the best start in franchise history this season?
It's been they're a great group of guys. The clubhouse is just meshing so well, and all these guys are fitting in really well, and we're playing good baseball, and we look to continue it going on.
All right, thank you, Carson.
Thank you. God bless.
Carson Garner, one of the heroes of today's victory. Jack Maruskin certainly was a hero to finish it. We'll talk more about it when we come back. Range Riders win this contest 9-7 and take the series 4-2. We'll be right back. Welcome back. As you can see, the festivities of the Kids Run the Bases postgame preparing to start here at Glacier Bank Park. Unless we got lightning, we are letting those kids run. Everybody 12 and under runs the bases. Next Sunday, postgame, it'll be awesome. Hopefully we get some costumes. I'm hoping for a Buzz Lightyear somewhere running the bases. That would be awesome. My name is Scott Gladstone with you to close out this game, and want to send a huge shout out to Evergreen Disposal for providing reliable garbage pickup and dumpster rental service across the Flathead and Lincoln County. Learn more at evergreengarbage.com, as well as Magoo & Company. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Magoo & Company of Whitefish, the Flathead Valley's premier jeweler, offering fine jewelry, expert repairs, custom design, and more. Visit Magoo & Company in Whitefish today. Winning pitcher in today's contest ends up being Zach Longshore, as the lead was never relinquished. After the Range Riders took it with him on the bump, he went 5 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Zach Longshore is now 3-0 in his professional career after 3 appearances. That's not a bad margin at all. The losing pitcher will be Murphy. Murphy allows 5 earned runs and had 5 walks in 4 1/3 innings here at Glacier Bank Park. The save goes to Jack Maruskin, 2/3 of an inning, 2 strikeouts, and looked absolutely sensational. Hasty almost got that save, and he will get 1 earned run against him in the 1/3 of an inning, but it was just those 2 walks. The strikeout of Specht, though, was huge for the Range Rider left-hander. In general, the 9-7 victory was much needed for Glacier to bounce back from the loss yesterday. 8 hits for either side, but it came down to the 4 spot put up in the bottom of the 4th by Glacier that really felt like it made the difference in this one. Those runs came in by way of the Ashworth bunt single, and then turning McLaughlin and Collins home. Collins scored on it, and then Garner had the 2 RBI double to center. Jacob Steele had a sacrifice fly, and then don't forget about Logan Beard's double to left field and Collins with the sacrifice fly. Those ended up being the difference, really, in this contest. Redahan did score on a wild pitch late, but it was all in a losing effort. Range Riders win this one 9-7. They are now 9-3 on the season, and they come up on their biggest test this week they're going to figure out how good this squad is off to the 9-3 start, because they face the defending champs and the offense that is absolutely really good looking from the Missoula Paddleheads. We'll talk more about the lay of the land and put a wrap on this week of baseball from the Flathead Valley when we return. Final look around the league. We'll be right back.
Need a space that offers both a place to dine and an area to mingle in style? Book the Hideaway and Corner Suite at Glacier Bank Park. You and up to 50 guests will enjoy full catering services in the Hideaway, and incredible mountain views and comfortable furnishings in the luxury Corner Suite. This versatile combination offers a space to dine and a place to relax, creating the perfect arrangement for guests looking to mingle, network, and celebrate. Book your office party today at glacierbankpark.com.
Numbness and tingling in the hand can make you lose your grip. Hi, I'm Dr. Nate Fogel. I'm an orthopedic surgeon and hand specialist here at Logan Health. Repetitive actions can lead to a condition called carpal tunnel. Left untreated, these symptoms can interfere with your daily life. Our fellowship-trained hand surgeons offer patient-specific care to help you regain control. Here's to getting a grip on life.
Welcome back. Final score in this contest, Range Riders 9 and the Voyagers 7. Range Riders win the series 4-2 thanks to a Tuesday 9-8 victory, Wednesday 6-4, and then 7-4 on Friday, 9-7 here on Sunday. 2 lopsided losses, 7 runs and 5 runs, but it all doesn't matter. It's about winning baseball games. The Range Riders did more of that than losing this week. As I turn to the PBL scoreboard for the final time in this broadcast, 17-10 in the top of the 9th. Ogden leads Missoula. Boise did end up winning 17-14, so Boise will stay 1 game back of the Glacier Range Riders, and so is Modesto after falling in that one. Oakland leads 7-1 over the Red Pocket Mobiles. They will move to 6-6, and they face the Range Riders on Tuesday. Long Beach and Yuba will play later tonight, and Billings and Idaho Falls rained out to a later date. So with Billings not playing, the Range Riders just gained a half a game on the first-place Mustangs, who are 9-2 overall. Range Riders now 9-3 on this still young season. The best 12-game start in franchise history continues for the Glacier Range Riders, looking to continue winning. And they will do it on Tuesday against the Oakland Ballers. Should be a good matchup between the Range Riders and the Ballers. The defending champs certainly have been stuffed with a pretty tricky schedule to start the season, but the Ballers at a 6-6 record likely coming here. Will be looking for their first road games of the season and try and get the ball rolling. They play 3 here before going and playing 3 against the Great Falls Voyagers, and then 6 against the Missoula Paddleheads in Missoula. Range Riders, speaking of the Paddleheads, will host Missoula on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, including Toy Story Day next Sunday. Make sure to come out for that contest versus the Paddleheads. Final say is a huge appreciation to Johns Manville, whose tonight's broadcast is brought to you by a trusted leader in roofing and insulation solutions for home, businesses, and beyond. Built on quality, performance, and innovation, Johns Manville helps protect what matters most. Proud to support Range Riders baseball. That'll do it for today's broadcast. The Range Riders come out victorious in this one and win the series by a score of 4-2. That'll do it for today's broadcast. A huge shout out to everybody that makes this one possible. Vicky running the ship over in our control room, as well as Janelle Ruby and Ryan Maines that get the job done on our broadcast. Don't forget Zach Hill, our cameraman, as well as Kyle Spencer, who sometimes keeps me company up here in the booth, the assistant general manager of the Glacier Range Riders, the architect, one of the architects of this phenomenal roster. And a shout out as well to Lauren Hill, our in-stadium host and sideline reporter, with a visit up here in the booth and joining me post-game for that interview with Carson Garner. Final score, Range Riders win the Sunday finale by a score of 9-7. They take the series 4-2. We'll talk to you on Tuesday night. First pitch coming at 6:25 right here. Come to the stadium, and if you can't be here in person, join us on YouTube or the Go Range Riders app. For everybody that makes this broadcast possible, including our friend Christian back home in the HTN studios, we appreciate you. Have a great rest of your Sunday afternoon, and stay safe out there. Range Riders win 9-7.